Good evening and welcome to everyone to another stream from Simsport Racing here at Zolder. We are here with the 2.4 hours of Zolder with GT3, GT4 cars on track and driver swaps expected this evening. So my co-commentators Chris Hill and Kieran Vidago. Chris, the second of two fun races here. A good sort of build up to what we're planning as a season ahead. It's going to be an interesting one at Zolder with GT3 and GT4 cars on track.
Yeah, there's not many places to overtake on here, so there's going to have to be respectful between both classes of cars. GT3 obviously faster than GT4. In some people's hands, the GT4 is faster than GT3. Isn't that right, Kieran?
Exactly. It's all about driving talent.
Yeah, absolutely, Kieran. And talking about driving talent, yeah, obviously last time out at Suzuka, you were up there towards the sharp end of the field for a long time, and obviously, sadly, it wasn't to be. But yeah, a man who certainly knows how to pedal a car quite quickly. What's the challenge this evening round Zolder with the GT3s and GT4s on track? Is it just about finding the right place to lap at? How hard's it going to be?
It's going to be quite difficult, I think, to get around the GT4s for a GT3, but I think both classes of cars really have to watch out for the track limits. Both chicanes are really easy to overstep the mark there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we know even when it's single class racing how tight it can be, and you've really got to force a mistake from your opponents to try and to get that pass done. It's very rarely done just on pure speed. It's usually by forcing a mistake. But the GT3 should have a good enough speed differential to get some opportunities. Although there are certainly large areas of the track where they're going to have to be patient and just sit in behind the GT4s. Difficult one. Chris, we've got about 33 cars, I believe, as well in the server at the moment, so that's a busy old Zolder.
It's a very busy Zolder. Yeah, the run down to the first chicane is going to be very interesting, isn't it? We're going to see cars left, right, upside down, sideways, all over the place. And I've got a feeling the stewards are going to be very busy tonight, so I think we've got a live stewarding session going on tonight, and we value what they do, and they're going to have the work cut out, I feel.
Yeah, well, without further ado, I mean, we have got two qualifying sessions this evening, two 15-minute qualifying sessions that are split for the cars. So we're going to go to the live action now, and let's join them in that first qualifying session, and I'll let yourself and Kieran take away the commentary.
Okay, so the first qualifying session should be GT3 only, but obviously I'm going to get proven wrong. What do you think, Kieran? Am I actually going to get something right tonight?
I think that may be right. It looks like the GT4s are all still in the pits, so GT3's out on track right now.
Okay, so obviously everybody's on their out lap, nobody's doing a fast lap, so to speak, and we can just see how many people are close on the run down to the first chicane there. All warming the tyres up, and they're all going to have to get a gap to each other in order to get a good run, an unimpeded run. That's the word I was looking for, sorry. And it was the second chicane, final chicane, wasn't it? I do apologise. One day I'll get something right.
As you can see, it's a fast track as well, so the most laps will be the most important. Being right on the track right at the end of the session is going to be where you're going to find the most grip.
So we've got a track temperature of 31 degrees. Looks like the weather's going to be fine for these qualifying sessions. And we ride on board with Jonathan Ogden in the Iron Linux team, 732. I believe that's a McLaren. No, it's a Ferrari, idiot. No, he's not an idiot, obviously. And not anybody that drives a Ferrari is an idiot, by the way, Kieran. Obviously, you're doing well in the league championship.
I think I'm an idiot. Don't bash the Italian, Charles. Very nice. That's a clean through that second chicane.
It's just on qualifying. It's going to be quite important, isn't it? Especially for these guys to get to the sharp end, really, to try and stay away from any melee. I mean, there's going to be so many cars into that turn 1, turn 2 sort of complex of corners of the opening lap. It's going to be pretty busy down there, and qualifying's all that bit more important really than normal when you've got so many cars and 2 different classes out there as well. Would you say, Kieran?
Definitely, yeah. This track is track position is king right here, and yeah, you really want to be up at the top, avoiding any incidents that might be going on in the mid-pack. The mid-pack's going to get very congested into the first section of corners.
And with the mix of class, obviously there's going to be some fast GT4 drivers and slow GT3 drivers during qualifying. So, what do you think? Do you think we're going to see some GT4s in the mid-pack?
Definitely. The GT4 drivers, when you're up at the front and you're chasing a slow GT3 right at the start of the race, you're just winging on the GT3 driver to move away, so you've got a decent gap and don't have anyone pressuring you from behind because you're having to slow down for the car in front that's not in your race really.
Oh, Adam Azalovic just getting it all wrong there at the first chicane. Interesting to see Adam out on track though. This time at least he's made it, because at the last round at Suzuka, himself and I believe his co-driver Mark Neutlings, they had an issue with connection, so they didn't even make it out into qualifying, let alone the race. So good to see them on track this evening, and they could be a bit of a dark horse in this, because Adam and Mark, between them have got a good average pace, I would say. 'Cause it's not all about that hot lap pace, is it, Chris, in the endurance stuff like this? It's about a good consistent pace, and when you've got a good combined pace, it just puts you in that bit stronger position.
Consistency and staying on track and avoiding track limits, although everything I'm saying there is quite obvious, is particularly key around short circuits like Zolder. So yeah, you're right, there could be a dark horse. As we see, Adam has set the second fastest time.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not messing about this evening. He was on top for a while, but he's just been pipped to that by a couple of tenths at the moment. But 8 minutes and just over 30 seconds left in this first qualifying session. It's going to be an interesting shakedown. Like you say, I mean, let's have a little bit of jeopardy here. How many laps do you guys think? We'll go to Kieran with this one first. Put you on the spot, throw you under the bus. How many laps will be completed before the first GT3 cars are coming around to lap the GT4s?
Well, it's got to be 35, maybe 20. Yeah, no, 25 to 30. I'm gonna say.
Really, as many as that?
Yeah.
Wow, Chris.
I'm gonna go for 2.
Somebody's going to be in the pits for repair.
Correct.
Are we counting that? Does that really count?
Yeah.
Just because you didn't read the rules that Steve set out beforehand, I took time to read them. That's what you get with age, you see. Wisdom.
Yeah, I'm busy rushing around.
Yeah, because you can. Oh, and that's the second car we've seen doing the same mistake at that chicane.
The first chicane, it's very difficult, isn't it? Because it's one of those where there is time to be gained, but if you get it slightly wrong, that's the result. You're off the track and you're facing the wrong way. And if you're lucky, you don't hit the barriers. But we see some cars, they do go into those barriers pretty hard, pick up some damage, and that can affect the race massively, obviously. But yeah, I think you're quite right, Chris. I mean, I think even if there's no incidents in the opening laps and nobody has to pit early for damage, I think we'll see GT4s being lapped in less than 15 laps. I think there'll be such a pace differential. I think the track will be so busy that if the GT3s get away cleanly at the front and they manage to start putting some good times in, then they'll soon come round to the back end of the GT4s, because the cars at the back of the pack will probably more likely be battling harder with more cars, as it were, slowing themselves down, tripping up over each other. So I would go with under 15 laps if there's no incidents.
So Kieran's gone. Well, we have to accept his first answer, don't we? That was in the rules as well, which is 35 laps, wasn't it? I've gone for 2 and you've gone for within 15.
I am being thrown under a bus.
I did say in my opening statement that I was going to throw you under the bus.
He didn't lie.
Welcome to the comms team.
Lovely to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you on board, mate, because obviously sometimes the commentary we get a little bit carried away, and I know that sometimes you know the strategies that we're shouting out and we're not understanding, shall we say, maybe a driver's perspective, someone as talented as yourself, you can keep us right tonight, Kieran.
Well, I don't know about the talented part, but the strategies I'll help you with. Yeah.
Good man, good man. That's all we can ask. I'm sure there is some talent there somewhere, though.
So what we've got is we've got two factual people and an idiot here, haven't we? So we've got yourself, Steve, and Kieran factual, and me just here for the entertainment. That's correct, isn't it?
I'm not labelling anybody. I don't believe it's correct to label anybody, Chris. I think we'll just leave it to the chat to decide, and they can categorise as they wish. And good evening to everyone who's joined us on YouTube so far. If you wouldn't mind sharing the link, let's see if we can get a few more people in here to view this with us. And I'm sure most of the people in here are already subscribed. But if you're not, hit that subscribe button. If you're liking what you see, press the like button, and please feel free to comment. Let's get the chat active. And remember, this is a fun race, so we're going to have a bit of banter. It's going to be about the commentary and the banter, and maybe not so much factual, but let's have some fun and get that chat active.
Yeah, I won't ever to be labelled factual. Oh dear. Is that Anthony Horst in the '69 Mercedes? Aaron, his teammate, is in the voice chat asking why you're not driving, Kieran.
Oh, my teammate. He left me hung out to dry.
Was his performance in the last race not evidence enough to why he's not driving? No, that's really unfair. That's really unfair because, as I said earlier, you did do really well, and yeah, it was an unfortunate incident for your teammate that dropped you down a position or two. But even then, I know Aaron, when after that little off-track excursion he had, his pace was pretty quick in the BMW at Suzuka, and he was certainly matching the lap times of some of the guys ahead. So good evening to Steve Haley as well in the chat there. Hope you're well, Steve, and if you fancy 5 minutes in the comms booth, you're more than welcome.
He won't accept that.
Probably not.
So we've got currently leading the qualifying session for the GT3s is Adam Izalovic with a 1:28.57. Second is car 991. He says frantically trying to find out what car that is and who's driving it. Thanks. See, factual. That's a PJ Motorsport Porsche with John Doe Germany and Paul Nyman. I hope I'm saying these names correctly. As you're probably aware, if you've signed up for this and you're watching the stream, you know that Simsport Racing International is an international community, so there's lots of names that we will struggle with, and we apologise in advance. Some are more gifted than others at pronouncing names. Particularly English ones we struggle with.
I'm okay with Smith. That's not too bad. I forgot.
What about Jones?
Yeah, Jones is okay. But I'm just looking down that. I'm looking down the timing tower, and it's filling me with dread. But we'll do our best. As Chris says, apologies if we get it wrong. Hoping the audio levels are okay. Everyone can hear us and hear each other and all of us, and we're all about the same. And we've got the car audio coming through. Any issues, just let us know in the chat. The qualifying session here, 2 minutes left to go. As Chris pointed out, Adam Izalovic at the moment is the fastest man on track, and he is also a 10th up at the moment on this lap, and there's nobody around him improving at this moment in time, not enough to potentially take that pole position away from him. So my top tip at the start of this qualifying session, Adam Izalovic, is maybe going to come true.
Well done to you, Steve. Did we have a bet on it?
We should have.
We should have. See, should have, would have, could have.
Absolutely.
And so we're looking in the chat and trying to engage as many people as possible. So Chris Vickers has said, can we have a shout out to his wife Sarah, please, and say that Chris says he loves her. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Anybody else want to join in on that? You know, I'm not here on my own, am I?
Absolutely not, mate. No, he's very sweet, and also a great idea from Steve Haley. If we start shouting out car numbers instead of names, you know why. It's because we're incapable of pronunciation, but we will do our best. Yeah, so let's get back to the action, and yeah, there is really nobody at the moment looking to beat Adam Zailovich's time. Patrick wants he's going to cross the line and maybe improve, but even he's lost time coming out the last corner, so he's not going to improve on that lap. Abranoza is just starting, well, he's nearly halfway around another lap. He's 2/10 up currently in P7, but 2/10 is maybe just going to drag him up. He can maybe get into that 5th or 6th place if he can carry that time round. He has actually stretched it out to 3/10 now, so he's improving all the way around, which is good to see. And Abranoza is pretty dedicated to these endurance events. It's a name that we see very often, isn't it, Chris?
Yes. I think, if I remember rightly, their Team Abbey Racing, Mike races with in the main endurance series with Chris Vickers, funnily enough, we were just mentioning him, and Nelson Abranoza. I think there's a Fabroy Tori, I think, is their 4th team member. So yeah, they do really like the endurance series, and they both and he crosses the line in 5th place.
Adam's done 27.9. That's 2/10 off his best time in the practice server. The practice server was about 5 degrees cooler, so really quick time.
I'm terribly sorry. I just saw that car go straight off in the background, straight at the along the straight. I don't know if anybody else saw that or if I'm just seeing things.
I didn't see that, mate, but what I am seeing is Patrick is 3/10 up, so this could be an improvement this time round if he can keep it, and he might just jump up, and he does, to P7, 1.3 seconds off of Zailovich's time, though. That time by Adam Zailovich is 8/10 quicker than anybody else. That's pretty good from Adam.
Yeah, very fast. So 0.8 of a second separates the top 2 guys, Adam and John Doe, Germany. I can't see if there's anybody still on their fast laps. I'm guessing not.
No, to be honest, just looking down the timing screens, there's nobody really improving at all, and pretty much everyone's heading back to the pits. So we're going to cut back to the whole screen now, and we're just going to wait for the next qualifying session to start, which will be starting very shortly. And once it does, we'll jump straight back out on track, and we would be expecting to see the GT4s on track.
Fingers crossed. Let's see if everybody got the memo and we don't get some GT3 still going out thinking it's a double session, because that will be embarrassing, won't it?
If we took Adam's time out of that, the rest of the guys were incredibly close. We'll see the GT4s coming out.
So just seven cars on track for the GT4s this evening. So a smaller field. So there's not too many of them for the GT3s to attack in the race, but that's still seven GT4s on track that will be fighting for that class win this evening. So go on then, Chris. They haven't completed their outlap yet. Who's going to put it on pole this evening? Who's your best guess?
Andreas Carlin. Currently in car 50.
Yeah, I would have to back Garlin on this.
You've got to pick a different one, mate. That's not how the game works.
Garlin's incredible. Let's go with Westcamp then. I think he won 2 BMW. This is a rubbish game.
It's not a rubbish game if you read the rules beforehand.
No one sent you the rules.
Oh,
hang on.
Did we not?
I don't think we copied him in on that one.
Yeah, but we did that on purpose, didn't we? So we could embarrass him. We said we were going to throw him under a bus, and we have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just we haven't talked. Which is the strongest car, would you say? I mean, we all sort of say there's, some of the cars maybe are OP or some of the cars are better at certain tracks. The Porsche that we're looking at the moment is they used to be a pretty good all-round car. BMWs we've seen in the the Sprint Championship, taking a few victories now, and Martin Pilkington is indeed leading that championship and looking like he's going to win that championship. Is it fair to say, Kieran, that the BMW's probably, car-wise, if you take the best GT4 car out there for this track, or do you think Zolder offers something to the Porsche or the Audi, or in fact the Alpine maybe, or the Mercedes?
I don't know enough about the Alpine, but I do think this track has enough different types of corners in it where it benefits different types of suspension that you'd find from mid-engine to front engine. So the BMW is really good over that middle chicane, but the Porsche can really change direction.
Yeah, the Porsche's good at turning. I mean, the GT4s, are they any harder on the tyres than the GT3s? Because obviously the tyres are going to come into it. The big curbs at Zolder are quite aggressive on the tyres if you abuse the track limits, as it were, and run over those curbs, as we were alluding to earlier there. As we just see it just taking lots of curb there to straight line that chicane and maximise his lap time. Do you think the tyres will be an issue for the GT4s?
They might be. I haven't driven a GT4 in a while now, but the curbs won't be too much of a hindrance to the GT4s because they have such a soft suspension. They're so wallowy through corners that curbs, they love eating them up. You can really attack curbs, and you don't really notice that much of a tyre degradation because of it.
Sounds really clever what Kieran says, doesn't it?
He's carrying.
Sounds like he's doing really well at carrying, considering his shoulders aren't that big. Carrying somebody like my size, bloody hell.
So Brian just out, has yet to set a time in the Alpine, but he's out now, and I believe he's on a flying lap now, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. We're just going to stay with him on this lap, and indeed we'll ride on board with him and just see how flighty this little lightweight Alpine is. It's renowned for its sort of handling and a little bit of agility, but it's not so quick on top speed, is it, Kieran? Is that right?
It's not the quickest, no, not at all. But it's very agile, this car. It really can turn the corner at quite a rate of knots. Those curves over that chicane is beautiful.
Absolute commitment through there. I mean, this sort of track at Zolder, it demands commitment from the driver. You've got to be confident, haven't you, with the way you put in that car and the lines. We just see O'Brien just a little bit wide of the apex there. He'd like to tighter line through that corner just to open it out a little bit. But he's on the power now, and he's coming down towards the final sort of left-right chicane. He's going to take a little bit of curve on the left now. You don't want to take too much because it unsettles the car before you turn it right. Run out a little bit wide onto the rumble strip and hard on the power. You saw him catch that little bit of a bump at the end of the rumble strip. What's his time going to be? And he's there in P5. Yeah, catching that little bump at the end of the rumble strip, it just breaks the traction from the drive wheels and just costs you a little bit of time. Running wide into turn 1 as well there. He's really pushing the Alpine. He's trying hard, isn't he, Chris?
He is very. I nearly said very trying. That's wrong. I don't even know the gentleman. I think all these drivers, although there's only 7, are going to try and push as high up as they can. Just a quick question: if anybody's got the times for the GT3s, is Garlin, who's set a 1:36.9? Is he in the mix with the anywhere in the GT3s, or is our prophecy coming completely untrue?
I think so. I think the slowest time for a GT3 was a 32.
Okay, so we could see that Steve could be right with his forecast of the lap times. What lap they're going to get lapped at from the GT3s. I'm obviously waffling now.
It's fine, as we're just watching the BMW now come over the line. He's not going to take that pole position at the moment, the provisional pole, but he has got within 3/10 of Garlin, so he's made it a little bit tighter at the top end of the field. So always good to see a battle for pole position. That's what we want to.
Garlin's gone faster. Garlin's gone faster.
Yeah, just as we thought there was going to be a bit of a battle, Garlin winds the wick up and goes that little bit quicker. I mean, Dimitri 718 Porsche, he's not slow, is he? Dimitri, he's certainly, you know, he's quick in the right circumstances. I don't know if he's not so much maybe quick every time he gets in the car, but you get the recipe right for him, right track, right conditions. He can be a quick driver, and he can be certainly battling for podiums. And I expect him to be pushing. I mean, pushing for, I would say, to be in the top 3. I think unless Garlin makes a mistake, I'm with you, Chris, in the fact that I think Garlin will potentially is going to be the favourite to take the win. But it's going to be a tough one with so many cars out there, isn't it? I think we will see incidents. We're going to see a few bumps. We're going to see a few unexpected pit stops, maybe for repairs, or longer pit stops than necessary for repairs, as it were. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, Dimitri's normally up there, isn't he? He's normally battling for podiums.
He is, and I'm trying to think who his teammate tonight is for tonight. Is it Bass? Is it Bass Van Mellis?
I think so.
I can't remember, is this?
Let me look.
I'm doing the same. 2 people doing the same job at the same time and not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Ain't it good? It's like being at work.
No, going back to your point on just keeping out of trouble, it's one of the most important things as a GT4 in these multi-class races. Sometimes it can be really frustrating when you've got a GT3 just being annoying and sending it down the inside of you, but when you've got that awareness and you turn out of it and you do save your race, basically, that can be the difference between you being on the podium and you being at the back of the grid.
Yes, absolutely. What was the question? Was it not a question?
I am still listening. I've had a comment in YouTube about the audio, so I was just actually trying to get the audio levels right, Kieran, because you are a little bit quiet apparently.
That's never been said.
I can't seem to find the 718 on there.
No, neither can I. And that's what I'm struggling with myself. So, how does that work? Yeah, we're a bit baffled there.
Bass is his teammate. They are the number 11 on SGP. But I recognise Team 18 as Bass's number.
Bass isn't driving. They joined in the wrong order.
New mistake.
You would not expect that from 2 admins, would you?
That is impressive.
We ride on board. Well, we're not on board, are we? We're watching Aureus. The Team Eurocamp car 19. Currently in 6th place.
Yeah, the Mercedes car number 12, that's just jumped up into P3 as well with a good improvement on his lap time. But it's not looking like the Porsche of number 19 Porsche is not going to improve this time, running out wide like he did there in the final chicane. He's lost all that time he gained. He was up by about half a second, so he's just got the work to do again. He's got 4 minutes to do it, so he's got enough time for a couple more laps. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get a clean lap in, get a consistent lap in, and get up that leaderboard out of that current P6 in the GT4s. And can anybody? And I mean anybody challenge Gal? He's 6/10 clear in P1 at the moment from the BMW in 2nd place. So he's got a comfortable gap, but that's not to say he's got it in the bag. We've seen people come round on their last lap gasp, as it were, and take that pole position away from you when you haven't got time to respond. But you see the Porsche getting very sideways there coming out of the chicane, and that will cost him some time. And indeed, he's a 10th up at the moment, but he's losing time all the way up that straight, so he lost some drive out of that chicane, and he's got it against him. I don't think he's going to improve on this lap unless he can find. He's just running very, very wide and all the time costing himself time. He needs to clean it up a little bit and just try and smooth it out a little bit, and the time will come to him. It's there, it's definitely there, because he's been up, but at the moment he's just pushing, in my opinion, a little bit too hard.
Trying to extract as much time out of the car as possible in the wrong way, I think is the best way of saying it.
It's so easy to do in the GT4s because they're so underpowered. You're just trying to carry as much speed into the corner and then out of the corner And it can just end up with you running wide constantly.
Absolutely, and Garlin at the moment is 3/10 up on his personal best. Made that 2/10. He lost a little bit through the hairpin there, but he's back on the power now and he's 2/10 clear. So we could see him take the provisional pole by a similar margin to Azalovic in the GT3s. It could be that gap of 8/10 again, Chris.
Which would be astounding, wouldn't it, for a GT? No, it won't be astounding for a GT4. What am I talking about? It's not like it's GT4, GT3.
There you go, 8/10 clear.
So it's about the same time then, isn't it? As you said. Now, we didn't have a bet on that one, did we?
No, I tell you what, my luck's in this evening, isn't it? I should be putting some money down, but as a tight Yorkshireman, I don't like to bet either.
Well, you should have done tonight. You'd have got some money out of me and Kieran. Well, not so much Kieran.
You always tell me you've got no money, Chris, and I always use don't buy anything.
Oh, we'll pay with love. Not in that way.
I was thinking of an appropriate response, but none were coming to mind.
Oh dear. So we've got a minute and a half left of this qualifying. Is Andres Westkamp or Car 12, Hugard Jensen, are they going to launch an attack at all on Garlin? Do you think they're going to get anywhere near them?
Interesting.
Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, interesting statements being made in the YouTube chat, something about Vickers. He only...
Where's... No. No.
But don't tell her. It's a quality crowd we've got in YouTube this evening, raising the standards of SSRI viewership. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and it's good to have everybody along. Aaron, I totally agree, the pace isn't that bad in the GT4s, it's pretty good, and the SSRI GT4 Championship, it's a very, very competitive championship that we run. We run the sprint series, and sign-ups are open for GT3, GT4 for the next season, which will be starting at the end of January. Is it, Chris? Sorry, dates.
When? Yeah. You want a date? Oh, sorry. 25th of January. GT4 starts, and a week later the GT3 starts. And I think we have our first full endurance series. Oh, I couldn't tell you, it's not been announced properly yet, is it? Oh,
careful,
go on, let's do some spoilers on YouTube. Those aren't listening, so they're all...
They are listening anyway. I'll just mute your mic while you do it.
Okay, thanks. 25th of February is our first endurance. 6-hour event, and I'm just racking my brains trying to think where that's at.
You don't need to tell them where, just tell them it's 6 hours.
Okay, it's 6 hours, 25th of February. With a potential of, well, not a potential, we are planning a full 2.4 hour season, which will be on Friday evenings, if I'm correct. Did I sit in that meeting on the calendar meeting, by the way? And that's the end of qualifying, with Garlin in first place. I've got no other information, I'm afraid, because I've lost Bitwall Live.
So. I think he kept me at 6/10 gap, 8/10 gap, sorry. Yeah. With Hugard Jensen third, Schenk in fourth.
You might as well round out the top 7.
There was O'Brien in fifth. You trying to catch me out?
No, I'm not. Genuinely, I've lost Bitwall Live. I can't do anything, so I don't know.
And AN in the number 19 Porsche in P6.
So what is going to follow is a 2.4 hour race, mixed race with GT3 and GT4, and that'll be starting very shortly. I think all the drivers are loading the setup as we speak, and we'll soon be there on the grid to follow them.
I think there's a little bit something interesting there as well. If you're just looking at the timing tower, I think there's been an issue with the quali because we've got 2 GT4s up there.
Yeah, that's not the
Yeah, we are.
order.
So I mean, it is just a fun race, so we're not doing anything about it. But obviously, that's why we have these fun races to test the functionality of the servers provided by SGP. So there's something that's not quite right there. We'll get to the bottom of it before we have league races. But for this fun race, I think we'll pretty much run as we are, and that's going to make it really interesting. We've got GT4s in the middle of the field.
I think what's
GT4
more
and
baffling is see, look who's allegedly on in pole. Anthony Horst in the car 69. Where's Adam?
Zailovic.
Adam is not even on the top 23.
Ooh.
So we've got a last to first challenge going on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to investigate that after the race and do a post-mortem.
I think Anthony set this up.
Won't surprise me. He can't be talking in the chat anymore. He's supposed to be racing now.
So, in answer to where is Adam Zailovic, his car, the 666, is in 28th place with Mark Neutlians behind the wheel. So, I know Mark, he will be spitting feathers at to what has gone on. What has gone on? This is not right. And then once that green light goes, he'll be telling Adam to shut up, don't talk to me.
Do you think there'll be lots of swearing in that car?
I think there will be. We're not going to pull him into the commentary box for a chat because I don't think we'd want to hear what Mark will be saying.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Mr. Vickers commenting in YouTube chat, pointless qualifying. I'm sure it wasn't pointless. You've had the entertainment of us.
Absolutely, and they got a few laps practice, didn't they? So you know, it's like I say, it's all tested. It's a fun race, so at least we've tested that functionality, and we won't do it again.
No, I promise. Are you going to tell them, or am I?
Tell you what?
Tell them that it didn't work. Don't do it again.
I think they'll know.
I'm sure everyone in Discord will tell them.
I think Mark will tell them.
in his own inimitable way. That was a big word, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was a big word.
Way. So, as we're coming round to end up the warm-up lap.
What this does do, though, I mean, Aaron, he's got that pole position, obviously, by default. It's going to give him a fairly easy start, isn't it? Because he's got a couple of GT4 cars between him and Smith in 4th place. Although Smith will have a clear run down almost, he'll be behind. He'll line up behind. But I think it makes it easier for Aaron on pole position to get away and to take the lead through the opening corners. Takes a bit of pressure on him, I think.
I'm not sure. Have you watched Aaron in any of the league races? He's quite unlucky.
I have, but here we go. We're going to get. They're just lined up 2 by 2 now. We can see the lights ahead. We're just waiting for them to go green and get this race underway. As they do now go green, Aaron hits the pedal and he's hard to the floor, and he's going to try and get that clean start. And he does move across, and he's very much unhindered into turn 1. So he's got a nice clean start there.
The Ferrari's already through. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, it was to be expected. GT4 is in the mix of GT3s. There was going to be carnage.
Being challenged for the lead here. I'm racking my brain who that's the Iron Links team, isn't it?
So it's Ben Smith, yeah. As we see the 66 Audi turned around and making his way back on track. Is that Patrick Vance in the BMW already?
Right, well, yes it is. Yes it is, Patrick. Pressuring Aaron.
It's Ben Smith already in the lead as well. I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, I think you blink and you miss something on here. Well, I think we all got too excited by the GT4s being up there.
Yeah, no, exactly. Did I set this server up? It's dark.
I'm not sure how you wanted to respond to that. Well, it is 6 o'clock in the morning, server time, and that's the second Pulse Motorsport car 888. Flashing between the images that our producer is doing for us. Thank you very much, Mr. Producer, sir.
Adam's already up into 19th place, so he's had a decent start.
So, I'm sorry, I've got to bring this up. This is really confusing, isn't it? Because we saw that when the grid was lining up, car 69 had Anthony to hoist behind the wheel.
Yes.
And Aaron's set off. And likewise, Adams, we thought Mark Newton was going to be starting this race for car 666, and Adams actually starting it.
I think it's maybe something to do with the way that they have to join the server, because I know Mark Newtons was driver 1 for that car, so maybe that's when it drops him onto the grid, maybe it does that and it has to go past the delta to refresh. I'm not sure, I might be talking rubbish, but that's just trying to best guess at what's happened.
Yeah, but it's not helping us, is it? It makes us sound like we don't know what we're talking about. Any comments on that? I mean, obviously we don't know what we're talking about. Let's not spread malicious rumours that we do know something. So Ben Smith is still in the lead. He's got quite a comfortable 2.5 second lead after, on the second lap. As we go to a replay here, it's a big gap at the back there.
What we're going to see, a bit of carnage. Oh, the Porsche already bumping around. Ooh. Car's backwards. But it looks like people were sensible enough to, once they had been turned, to not just spin the car back round and try and rejoin instantly. See a car off.
Car at the side of the circuit there. And Ben has got a comfortable 2.6 second lead at the moment. From Aaron, and then Patrick in third. Michael Volking in fourth. Anthony fifth. Paul Cook sixth. Sebastian Slappert 7th. 8th now as I speak. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to try and run through the list. We see somebody back over the curbs there.
Oh, he's big one.
And does make you susceptible into the next corner, doesn't it? For we see one Lexus get past. Is the second Lexus going to do it? Yes, he is.
Yeah, the door was open and he was not going to let that door be shut.
Nope. Wide open, and in I go.
And leader of GT4 is Andreas Westkamp. That was my pick, because I wasn't allowed to pick Garlin. But Garlin is close behind, just a second.
Sorry, but I thought we said who qualified in pole.
You're changing the rules.
No.
This isn't fair.
No, you can watch back the stream when we said who's going to be on pole. The classes, so you're the one that's trying to change the rules to
I'm picking Garlin as my GT4 race win now.
Oh, are you? Damn, I can't pick him now, can I? Sneaky. As we watch an overtake. There's lots of action going on up and down the field, isn't there? That was Steve's trying to catch for us.
I think with the grid being so mixed up, there's a lot of different pace of drivers all around each other. So there's plenty of faster drivers trying to make their way through. Oh, as we see, a lot of door banging, but it's all worked out well. It's like a touring car race.
It is. Speaking of which, is there a touring car race coming up anytime soon?
Garlin has just taken lead, and yes, there is a touring car race coming up on iRacing tomorrow in the SSRI League. What an interesting segue.
It was a very good segue. I've never come up with one so that good ever before. As yeah, you're quite right. Garlin has taken the GT4 lead. Sorry. I'm going to open that can of beer over there in a minute because nothing I'm saying is making sense when I'm sober.
Yeah, it might help. Might make you worse.
Did it get any worse?
Don't take that away. You're perfectly fine, Chris.
think we're supposed
Really
to be
smashed the curbs into there.
Yeah,
A bit
there's
sideways.
a lot of curb riding around the circuit we've mentioned earlier on, and track limits is going to be the interesting one, isn't it? Do you think anyone's going to get a drive-through for track limits tonight?
Definitely. If someone doesn't get a drive-through, I don't know what I'll do. But
I'm going to say, be careful what you say next. See a car off.
Bound to happen.
The car off run wide into turn 2 there. Lost 2 or 3 positions because of that run wide.
Yeah, run wide onto this back straight onto the chicane. That gravel there is so inviting for you to run wide, but you lose so much time by touching it.
Oh, that was very close. That was a very close touch.
Doing really well, these drivers, to not just take each other off the track when they do touch.
And because of that slight touch, she's lost her position as well.
Yeah. This driver, well, the BMW we were just looking at, I saw him in practice earlier, and he was very, very quick. So we'll keep a lookout for him.
You remember his name?
21. The number 21 is what I will say.
Hey, you go with number 21. Thus, I might have missed this, but obviously Patrick's got past Aaron at some stage here. Into second.
He's not letting him get away.
He's not, and the top, second, third, and fourth are all very close to each other. So it only takes one slight mistake, as we see Michael Volkering trying to go past Aaron. And
It's getting a bit close.
Yeah, into the first chicane. Takes the position.
See drivers just running wide all the time coming onto this straight. Pushing
think-
the app.
You think they might have been caught out by the time of day? Set the tyre temperatures incorrectly.
Quite possibly, yeah. There was a big change of temperature. From, what was it, 35 degrees when we last saw it, 31 degrees.
Yeah.
I guess 18 degrees. That's a very robust moves.
Is that Adam?
That's Adam just seeing a big open door and driving straight through it. Adam's a very sensible driver. He understands sometimes the moves don't need to be made by you. They can be made by other drivers making mistakes in front.
Sounds quite sensible, that.
It'll get you far in a race. Obviously, it won't make you the leader unless the leader crashes. But it's a good tack to have, to be patient.
Yeah, you were quite patient on Tuesday night, weren't you? I know we're digressing slightly from what we're seeing. Did that not happen to you on Tuesday? As we do watch potential overtake here.
Yeah, no. Tuesday night was just a patience race. It was a very wet race, and that was just biding the time and waiting for other people to make mistakes.
I see this pass is going to be a clean pass into the final chicane.
Beautiful.
Well executed. Car 206. See, Amber and Orza now trying to get up to Sebastian Slapek. Move up into 7th place. So again, he's going to be down into the final chicane if he can make the move.
Hasn't got quite enough of a run, I don't think. He'll just be showing his nose, just to try and put him off and really show I'm here. Don't make a mistake, or I'll be in front of you.
So Sebastian's managed to hold on and actually open a not massive gap, but there is a slight gap between them. Now with James Mead against Michael Volkring. So actually, just looking at the timing tower, Aaron's dropped 3 seconds behind Patrick, hasn't he, at this stage? So there must have been an incident somewhere to lose that amount of time with, unless I'm being really cruel on Patrick there.
No, I'm sure there was an incident. That's 3.5 seconds in the one lap. It's quite a bit.
It's an understatement, isn't it? Quite a bit. Hell of a lot.
Yes, a hell of a lot.
So keep the comments coming in the YouTube chat. Obviously the commentary seems stalling for time here while we catch up with what's been going on, what is going on, what day it is, anything you really want. We're just here for the giggles, to be honest. Right, so we've just so we're watching a battle between Aaron Van Druen and Michael Volkeren, which may explain the 3-second gap that has been built by Patrick in front, and also why James Mead has all of a sudden joined that little bit of a battle.
You see how much time you can lose. Oh, there's Adams in a little half spin there. He's lucky to not hit the wall there. He's kept it in the right direction, so he's not lost too much, but that'll be detrimental to his race.
Can happen though, Kieran, can't it?
Just, all too easy.
This is GT3's trying to get past the GT4 at the start.
This is lap 8. I did a quick calculation doing on the difference in pace from the quali laps, and it did say 8 laps. So
you didn't go for that, did you? You went for 25.
I didn't go for that. Steve wins. Steve got 15. Now Chris bust. He was on 2.
Yes, I'll be fair there. I'll say Steve, you definitely won that. So Kieran owes you a pizza.
I'm not getting involved in this pizza malarkey. That's too much for me.
Well, we're going to be sponsored by one of the big companies soon if we keep mentioning it.
That's the hope. Come on, Papa.
Other forms of pizza are available. Oh yeah, you've got thin crust. You've got thin crust. You've got thick crust.
Triangle.
Yeah, so you can get square ones, rectangular ones now. Anyway.
All shape. You don't discriminate.
Nope. Is there some racing going on?
Abranos is through on Slapdeck. So, nice bit of clear road in front of him to catch down on Cook.
Almost a 2-second difference there, isn't there? So we'll monitor that and probably forget that we're monitoring it quite soon.
Exactly that. These cars going through that middle sector in that first chicane it can be quite a toll on you as a driver going through there. Even in sim, when you're going through there, it's just taxing on your mind getting that chicane right every time, lap after lap, and then doing it with other cars in front of you. You're having to change how you're braking there. The run wide from that McLaren's going to give this Bentley a nice run into the hairpin. Oh, the GT4's sort of getting involved, trying not to be.
I want to do me really professional. That's going to work. But I didn't.
Wonderful moves from here.
And then
this way.
And the Bentley then just overcut the brakes into the final chicane and run onto the gravel.
That's alright. Already have a move done. Oh, but the Porsche's on a run back. Lovely. Oh, a bit of a drift. It's going to lose the momentum into the next corner, but can he keep it there? Porsche's going around the outside beautifully. I
think that is all because of the mistake into the chicane. We've seen another car off on the side of the circuit.
Exactly, yeah. When all the cars are bunched together this much, and on a track where you can't really overtake, you are just waiting on mistakes, and when they do come, you take them.
Obviously got a mix of GT3s, GT4s, still still not necessarily battling each other, but trying to get out of each other's way.
And Abranosa closed up that 2-second gap very quickly, and he's now right on the tail of the Lamborghini. Cook looking for a way past. Oh, he's doing it. Cook's left in the room, and he's on through. I think Cook must have thought to himself, this guy's quicker than me. Whoa, that was a lot of air from that BMW.
Oh, the battle of the BMWs, wasn't it?
Oh, the other one was a Nissan.
Is it? Are you sure?
Very Japanese-looking BMW there.
Are we watching the same race? Oh yeah.
I don't think we are.
It's because it's Pulse Motorsport. Sorry. The leading Pulse Motorsport's a BMW, isn't it?
Oh. Is that a GT4 sending it on a GT3?
Yeah, I think it was Dimitri as well, wasn't it? I'm sure we'll get a replay of that soon.
He's lost Aaron quite a bit of time, quite a few places there.
He has, because now Mike's battling to take the position, isn't it?
Yeah, Mike's really storming through this field. So close into there. There's a car in the wall. The 29, whoever that is, in the wall. Oh, it's Mead. That was Mead in the wall.
Oof. So, I know I'm going to get cut out by the timing tower. So this is the request we asked for. That's what a request is. And yeah, Aaron trying to go around the GT4, and Dimitri just happens to clatter his rear quarter, spins him round.
They were just like magnets. One ran wide, one went too close to the inside, and 2 into 1 doesn't go.
And you're right, James Mead's down in 9th now. So the timing tower didn't catch me out. Haha, I beat you.
He must have made a mistake into that first chicane, because he was on the outside there, where we see cars usually end up when they bounce over that chicane. Oh, I could see that coming straight away. I don't think he knew that there was another car next to him. I think he was distracted by trying to get around the Porsche.
Is it unfair to say that GT4 causing quite a few issues there?
Maybe, but the there's not really much the GT4 can do. He was holding his own line, he just happens to be slow. Really, the GT3 needs to look around more.
Yeah, particularly another GT3 at the side of him.
Yeah, definitely. It's all too easy to do, and sometimes the game can tell you that there's no one there when there is someone there. I know I've had it before. So car 52, who is Walter I can't say that. De Wort?
Go.
Yeah.
Aaron feverishly flashing his lights, trying to get through on back markers here.
That's because he's got Mike right behind him, giving him all the pressure in the world.
So,
Raced a few times with Mike. He's a very, very good driver. Very good racecraft.
So they'll gather the thoughts now, and doesn't appear to be any cars right in front of them. So we should see a nice clean battle ensuing.
The gaps at the front are huge. I've just looked at the track map. The 732 is going. It's got 2 Lexus coming together here. There's 737. Oh, yeah. I think the red Lexus just didn't realise that the other Lexus was there as he was trying to come round. Or maybe the blue Lexus was actually trying to box him in. Because I know that's something I would do. Using traffic to make your overtake work is fair game.
You don't give your tactics away live on stream, my friend. Now I'll know at the next race what you're trying to do to me. Oh yeah, lap me. Yeah, lap me. Yeah, thanks,
you're
Steve.
lap traffic, I'm you do.
Yeah, cheers, mate. So this 10 seconds in the lead is Ben Smith now, something like that.
Yeah, it's got a very Very nice gap.
Nearly 12 seconds.
Patrick's got about the same as P3, it seems. A bit smaller, 9 seconds. So very spread out at the front. But we've got a few fast cars still making their way through the field. So it's still all to play for. We've still got 2 hours left of racing.
Yeah, I forgot it was 2 hours. And we've got, it looks like there's been a driver swap in car 666. Mark Newtling's is now driving.
Oh, really? There must have been damage on the car. Because that doesn't seem like, I know their strategy was to try and go just one pit stop. So that's not going to be one pit stop there. So yeah, let's see what Mark can do. He's very consistent driver, Mark. So
Car
he's
4,
just put a nice long stint in.
sorry, car 420's in the pits in 19th place at the moment as well.
Who's 420?
It's a McLaren. Last but not least, racing.
Schroeder. Yeah, that chicane's hard to get through quickly without just sending it. So easy to get wrong.
Back to the battle with Abernosa and Van Drunen.
I'm sure Mike will just be biding his time, just waiting for any small mistake he can capitalise on. Just trying to pick out where the weakest points of Aaron's lap is and try and capitalise on it there. It's very close here.
So he's had to back out of it slightly there, and there's a car off the background.
It's like a 66 Audi spun round. Yeah. So there must have been a little incident between himself and the 751 maybe. Maybe it just went by himself, so it goes very wide, and that's the BMW 3. Well, very twitchy. And the Audi, I've heard, quite a difficult car to master. Can feel very stable up until the point it all of a sudden just goes on you. Oh, just a bit. Yeah, could see that happening. Just a bit of a late on the brakes. Not too late on the brakes. He was still making a corner, but the car in front was slower, so just a tap. Unfortunate to not see anyone just waiting. That would be the more sportsman thing to do.
So do you think Mark's going to get past him on this lap? I said Joe bets.
If I say no, it will happen, so no.
Okay. If it's not going to happen, which chicane is it going to happen at?
It won't happen into the second chicane.
Right, okay. So you heard it first, it won't happen on this lap into the second chicane at all.
When it does happen into the hairpin, you've got Steve to thank for that. Oh, it's very close. Just really showing. I think he lost a bit of time doing that, I think.
I think he's still warming his tyres up. Oh no. So,
and it would have happened into the second chicane had he not just gone into the side of it. But there was nothing he could do there. He was already up in the air and facing the scene of an accident.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. If the car blocking your way, there's nothing you can do, is there really? Just suck it up, buttercup.
Hit them and hope you don't get lots of damage.
Well, that might prompt them to make a pit stop and change driver to repair damage.
Yeah, and to repair ego. So he wasn't as close as I thought he was, but he was showing that he was there.
But I think Aaron caught the curve a bit badly, didn't he?
Yes.
Spun.
Yeah, and he's just in this really slow, difficult to catch half spin. It just nothing you can do about it. And then the car in front of you, when you're already full throttle,
Because you do try and brake for that chicane, then go full throttle through it, don't you?
Yes.
So you can to get the momentum into the next series of corners.
Yeah, exactly. And you're up in the air, full throttle, and you hit the ground, you bounce a bit, and you either spin or you hit the car in front of you with a spun.
But in all fairness, the car that spun Aaron, it didn't spin straight as we would normally expect it to see. It normally spins the other way, doesn't it, into the wall on the left-hand side.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah. It's unpredictable, as usual. Adam is in chat saying that he got sent into the wall twice, so he needed repairs. So that'll be why they swapped over.
And Aaron is in the pits.
Yeah, that makes sense. There'll be a fair amount of damage to that car.
Does that mean that it's going to be taken over by Mr. Terhorst, who we hope has actually put fuel in his car this time, because he's renowned for running out of fuel for the sprint races. He was actually leading a race, and on the last lap he ran out of fuel.
Oh no.
Which obviously nobody ridiculed him about afterwards.
I don't know if I could live that down. I think I'd be crying for the next week if that happened to me.
So, has Mark Newflins and Adam made any gains since the driver swap?
Not entirely sure. I don't know where they came out.
Of the pits, mate. They came out of the pits.
Absolutely expert commentary from Chris here.
Yeah.
They're right on the back of his pack, and I'm sure Mark will be thinking, when can I get by these guys? Because I'm quicker.
22nd place at the moment, so, and that'll be because it's just past Van Drunen in the pits. This is ambitious.
Yeah. Porsche does very well to not turn into her, because if he had, that would have just been a crash.
Seen in chat, Chris Vickers saying that Mikey's catching Mead. Keep an eye on that battle.
Hey, how is Mead in front of Mike? Oh, they had a... Of course. Forgot.
Are you watching this race? Perhaps you need a beer.
Probably, yeah. I could do with one. That'd be nice. Have you got one for me?
Yeah.
Good. I'll be over in 2.5 hours.
That's ambitious. You don't even know where I live.
That's what you think.
I wonder who's been outside my house taking photographs.
It's just such a nice place.
Now I know you're outside the wrong house.
Oh. This group is very close together. Oh, I think the Porsche's got a run. Oh, yeah, the Lexus has gone defensive. Porsche's definitely got the run.
Lexus will have the corner
to go around the outside there. It's going to be very impressive.
But if he gets a good exit out of the this next corner, he may have him into the hairpin.
Yeah.
And he needs to do something because the car behind is quite eager.
Yeah, they're thinking, if you don't overtake, I will. And that's exactly what they've done. Green cars all together. A little bit of a touch through there on the apex, but I think that was the Porsche turning in a little bit too aggressively. He knew the BMW was there.
Potentially he could lose another spot here.
Yeah.
I think the
Mercedes. Lexus is very happy the BMW overtook the Porsche because now he's got a nice, looks like a second gap.
Looks like John Doe Germany. Ooh, must be something to do with the steward's decision there.
Yeah, 15
second penalty.
15 seconds for 991.
So avoidable contact
Yeah.
with car 2 and car 19. There's also a 15-second penalty for car 420 with avoidable contact with car 92. Warning for car 969 for avoidable contact with 991. 5-second penalty for car 421 for avoidable contact with 969.
As you see,
Fine.
it's on screen now.
Is it really? I do apologise.
No, it's fine. We like listening to you.
No, you don't. Nobody likes listening to me. That's why everybody's quiet. There's 2 more penalties that you might have seen on the screen. I don't know. Can't do 2 things at once.
Oh, as Porsche uses the slow GT4 in front to slow down the Lexus and just swing on by. And Mercedes, is they going to go for a move? I think they are. Yep. Is that the inside?
Tears up.
Oh, it's Lexus managed to hold on. There's been a lot of swaps of positions in this little 4-car group. But it seems that BMW is going to start stretching its legs and moving away from the pack.
I think I recognise that name in the Lexus car 8. Was it? No, it was in the Porsche. So the green car 88, I'm sure, does the full endurance race with us.
Lovely move by Mark. Straight through. Textbook. And so that does not go well. Nope. That's not how you want to be forced into a pit stop, is it? With damage.
I mean, Aaron, if you want to drop into the commentary, we can have a chat about how your race went and didn't go in the end. I'm not saying that bit that Steve just said.
That's a drive-through for 421. I think that's the track limits then. Yeah, there'll be plenty more of those drive-throughs to track limits coming. One of the ways to get yourself a good result is to not get those drive-throughs, because a drive-through around here is about 3/4 of a lap you lose.
A lot, isn't it? A hell of a lot. So
Yeah.
almost as bad as Spa.
Yeah. Spa's a long track, but got a very long pit lane, so you lose just as much time. It's a short track, but pit lane fair decent size.
And not only the chicane into the pit lane, the exit of the pit as well isn't the easiest, is it? It's not like straight out onto track. You've got that corner to negotiate.
Yeah, you often find yourself oversteering coming out of there with 2 metal barriers either side of you, thinking, have I just wrecked my beautiful pit stop?
Yeah.
And then of course you rejoin into the apex of turn 2, so if there's someone coming there and you just suddenly appear, it can be quite the accident.
It can be quite right.
See in chat, Chris says that the 732 of Ben Smith could stop and have a brew now if he wanted. You've got a fair decent lead.
It's only 17 seconds. We've got 1 hour 45 minutes to go with this race.
I know last month by this point I had a 40-second lead, but we won't talk about that.
No, let's not. Not unless you want to. Did you go to the counselling sessions we recommended?
Yeah, many of them. They didn't help.
Well, that's because you went to the ones where we said speak to Mark Newton, he'll help you.
I could use some driver coaching, that'd be nice. You want to pay for it? Thank you. Abranos is back on the back of Cook again, so let's see where he can make a move. 'Cause he made a move quite quickly last time. He came up on the back of this 91 Lamborghini. clearly has the pace.
Pace, he's got the racecraft. Got an Aston Martin.
Yeah, he's got everything.
Even though the car number 33. So he hasn't got everything then, really, has he?
Yeah, it should really be car 44, shouldn't it? But let's not get into that debate.
I wasn't going to mention it. I just, you don't clearing it up.
So you see Abenrosa still pushing on. Just be waiting, I imagine, just waiting for any little mistake. As we do see,
got a good run into the corner, which name I can't pronounce.
You actually know the corner names around here?
Yeah.
I just know them as bad corner, bad corner.
Well, there's definitely the hairpin that they're about to come up to is one that we can never pronounce, so I'm not even going to attempt that one.
Ooh.
Marker, it's GT4 back marker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mark up into 20th now.
Did a very good job, Mark. As I said, sensible driver, not going to make silly moves on anyone. Oh, Porsche just getting a little bit out of shape as Mike goes around the outside of him. Bit of traffic getting involved here, so spreading out the gaps. Really easy to do when you're lapping traffic, is to lose the car that you're trying to fight.
Well, he has lost a bit of time, hasn't he?
I'm sure he'll make that up within a lap, because he's got amazing pace coming around here.
And we've been joined in chat with Mr. Aaron Van Drunen. So Aaron, obviously you mentioned in your own chat that it didn't go quite to plan.
Yeah,
which we saw your little spin. But how was the race up to that point for you?
well, it didn't go too well. Yesterday I took my brake pedal apart and I adjusted it, so I need to get some feeling in, but it didn't work today, so that's why. But overall it didn't go so well, so and we qualified as P10 and somehow we get P1. That was also a nice gift.
Yeah, it was certainly strange for us, so we're obviously going to investigate all that afterwards as a team to understand what caused that. So interestingly enough, we're riding on, we're viewing your car on screen with obviously Anthony at the wheel now. Did you choose not to repair damage at the pit stop, or has Anthony had another incident somewhere along the line?
No, it's a bug in the game. After the next pit stop out, the car should be okay. But we repaired the damage because we had almost 2 minutes on damage. So I don't know why it's still showing on the stream. But
yeah, so you're not planning on making another driver swap before the end of the race? Is that your one and only one?
no, we still need to make a pit one more time because we can't finish 2 hours with one fuel tank.
So you are gonna swap at the next stint?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, anything else you want to feed into us? What was the pace like in general?
It was really bad. So,
Oh, bad. Sorry. I
Yeah.
think I didn't catch the one word answer. I do apologise. Okay. So
keep on doing the good job, guys. You do a good job with commentating.
Well, which we are trying our contact best tonight. It's difficult, as you know, you've been in here yourself, and we appreciate you stopping by for a chat.
I know, that's why I'm stopping by. So, good luck, guys, and maybe I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, hopefully after the race when you've finished much higher up. So, good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What a lovely man.
He's a lovely man. All the way from over there in Holland. Likes to keep us informed, doesn't he, Steve? Dragging Steve back into the commentary booth for a few seconds.
Hello.
How's the race going from your perspective, my friend?
It's going very well. It's calmed down a little bit now. Obviously, in the early part there was lots of action. There was lots of cars close together, and it's just spreading out a little bit, but not too much. We've still got this battle here, looking like
Beautiful.
Position gained, nicely done there, as Kieran said. BMW gains a position. So yes, a few little battles going on here and there, but now, in an endurance race, this is where it comes down to more strategy. You'll see people going into the pits, doing the stops they need to do, and as we see, gaggles of cars here, there and everywhere. Not always for position, but it still makes it a little bit intense, a little bit nerve-wracking for the drivers trying to do the overtaking. But yeah, strategy's playing a big part of this now, and Mark Neutling's, as we just see him in the back of the picture there, I think Mark's doing a fantastic job of recovering that BMW through, from Adam having a few unlucky incidents, and Mark's jumped in the car. He's been pretty consistent. He's doing a stellar job, it has to be said. I think he's putting on a good show for the BMW this evening.
As you say, back up into 17th place now. Far behind, you see. I should really learn to read things before it starts opening mouth, shouldn't I? To find out what's the gap between him and 16th place.
1.5 seconds.
Okay, thank you for that. So it'll close that up reasonably quick, do you think?
Reasonably, he's got a car in between him, a lap car in between him and 16th place.
He's lapping a second a lap quicker though.
I'd say Mark's a good driver.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Mark's one of these drivers that's the couple of years or so that he's been racing in Simsport, he's really developed his racecraft, and he's not so much gained in the speed, although he has got faster. I think more with Mark, it's all about that consistency, that key word that we use quite often. He's become very consistent. He's quite often involved in some very good battles, it has to be said.
Exactly. I always dread when I've pitted, or at any point in the race, I come up behind Mark and it's full position, and I think to myself, well, this is going to be a long time, and I hope Mark pits soon. Because he really knows how to put a car in exactly the right place and not make a mistake into a corner. He doesn't really get flustered by cars behind.
No, Mark will defend, and he knows that, like I say, he knows how to defend, and he will fight for every position, and rightfully so. Even if he's got to go into the pits soon, he might be on a different pit strategy to you, but for Mark, track position is all important. We just see him running a little bit wide there, but nothing too bad. He's managed to keep it in check, and he's going to keep making his way through the field. He's not really... Oh, the car in front there, the Porsche ahead of him just made a little bit of a mistake, and I think he was almost defending against Matt then.
Yeah, the blue flag should be telling him, don't do this.
Yeah, he should be just getting out of the way. The job's done now. You're down a position. You're down a lap. Just let him go. He's faster than you, clearly. But,
Not right, that.
He's trying his hardest to keep up with him.
Yeah, he was trying his hardest there to stay in front of Mark. Anyway, Mark's past him now. He'll get his head down now. He's still closing in on that car in front of him, even though he had that couple of issues there. But
he's got another lap car.
Yeah, got another lap car though now. That's probably why he's closed up a little bit there. But if he can get past the Bentley ahead nice and cleanly, he will gain some time. And like I say, I think he will start to close in more on that car in front. The last laps, however, were pretty much identical. They both did 1:31.2s. 2s. So they're lapping at about the same speed in this traffic.
Yeah, so obviously the Mercedes have to get past the Bentley at some stage as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We did see the Mercedes just in front of the Porsche that Mark's just got past. So
Because Paul Cook behind Mead. Great. The Lamborghini apparently is it's gotten a lot faster on V1.8, a lot more drivable. So it's nice to see it getting a bit more love.
But you mean somebody picking it to drive it?
Yes, I mean, yeah.
It's not necessarily love, is it?
One person has picked it, which is more than I've seen in other leagues before.
I'm sure if you make love to a car, you might get put away for it.
Chris,
one way or the other.
Conversation.
Right.
Sorry, Kieran, have I put you off a bit there?
A little bit. Let's go back to oh, Ben Smith's gone into the pits. So we've got our leader in the pits. 32 laps. Yeah, that sounds about right. 31 laps even. So yeah, coming into the pits. So that'll be a driver change, I imagine. Not quite a halfway though. We're not going to be able to do. So I think there'll be 2 driver swaps this entire race. I think
Aaron alluded to that, didn't he, because of the fuel?
Yeah, I don't think
we're
that.
doing.
No.
We've got a car spun round there.
It was incredibly close on fuel at Suzuka for a dry race. It was going to be like you either had 1 litre at like more, or you were going to run out on the final lap if it was dry. Luckily, it ended up being wet, so that brought the fuel consumption down. But this being a dry race, yeah, we're going to be using quite a bit of fuel, doing quite a lot of laps because it's a short track.
So Mark has closed this gap right down.
Here's an interesting one for you. A quick replay of some cars leaving the pits. This is the car number 19.
So we watch car.
And a GT3, and Ben Smith behind. The GT3 tries to overtake a GT4 on pit exit. Oh, just not enough room there.
So I don't think Mark will lose the. Sorry, Ben will lose the lead for that, will he?
It depends. It was only what 18 seconds his lead.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. When Patrick joins does his pit stop.
Again, I think it depends. He might have lost. He could have lost 20 seconds in just that one spin.
Who was at fault? Who was at fault there? Sorry to cut over there, Kieran. I mean, should he have been trying to overtake on the pit exit there while you have to stay inside that white line, or was he just pushing his luck too much, maybe?
I think he was pushing his luck quite a bit there. I think he didn't need to. He had, as I was saying, an 18-second gap to the car behind. I don't think he needed to try and overtake on pit exit. He definitely could have just waited for the next corner, because the speed differential between GT3s and GT4s is enough to get them in a straight line. It's not like you have to dive bomb anyone.
Here we have the battle for P3 and GT4s on screen.
Ooh, a little bit of oversteer at the moment there.
Managed to hold it.
Line. The GT4s are all about mechanical grip, so when you do try and go too wide through corners sometimes, you just lose that grip because you're just not able to use all the track.
Just see the standings on screen now for the GT4s, and obviously the pit stops are maybe just a little bit out of line, but it's all as it stands at the minute. It's still fairly close in the GT4s.
Yeah, and Garwin's teammate is in 6th. Frank Hopp, I believe that is.
It is Frank.
Yeah, we've 25 seconds the leader has, but I imagine they have yet to pit. GT4 should be able to go a little bit longer than the GT3s, because they are a little bit more fuel efficient, generally. Mark's still hounding the back of the number 8.
Yeah, he's getting closer, isn't he? He's putting pressure on, but that one helped him that time there. That definitely lost him some time and potentially took a bit of life out of those tyres. Maybe knocked a bit of tyre pressure out and might affect the handling of the car. That's what we were talking about right at the beginning of this race. You know, the curbs can be a bit savage, especially those ones, Kieran. And it is totally possible within the sim to knock PSI out of those tyres, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you can. If you hit curbs hard enough, yeah, you can lose 0.5 psi at a time every time you hit them, and then it can get to a point where you've hit them enough where you actually burst the tyre and you have 0 psi with a burst tyre. No, that's happened to me a couple of times around Alton Park. Those curbs are similar to these, like that first chicanes curb, where they're really aggressive. Oh, a little bit too much inside curb there. He's kept it. Very close, and a little tap to the rear. He doesn't use that to his advantage to overtake. Good sportsmanship there. When you do tap, it's not very fair to tap someone, get them offline, and then perform an overtake on them.
No, it's a bit naughty, isn't it? But we do see it.
Yeah, we do see it, especially from some of the faster real world drivers. They like to do that. It's a common thing in real world.
Yeah, as we see.
Race control.
5-second penalty for car 2. Collision with the back marker 262. So, yeah.
That's Volkering, number 2 McLaren.
In second place.
Yeah.
It was a 5-second penalty, wasn't it?
Yes.
Also,
So I'll have to serve that when they come into the pits.
doesn't look like it's been applied yet, though. Perhaps the stewards are just catching up.
As Anthony Tehost has got a drive-through as well. That'll be track limits. So yeah, drive-through is coming in fairly regularly now.
Wait, you did predict at the start of the race, didn't you, Kieran?
More penalties. 5 seconds for 421, avoidable contact with 21. 421. That's Martin in the Bentley.
So is that a bright pink one? That bright pink Bentley we see? Yeah, it is.
That would be it. Yeah, that is. Oh, a little bit of oversteer through there. It's one of the things with that BMW is, as amazingly quick as it is, the rear is just a little bit unstable sometimes on power. It can catch you off because you think that you're doing exactly the right thing. Oh yes, and down the inside, door bangs. Oh, that's the GT4. You go around, so you can see how much momentum you lose when you do get it wrong through that chicane. A GT4 can drive up past you, but you see the power of a GT3 just breeze back along.
I'm guessing Rob won't be happy in that car with the little bangers flashing his lights.
Exactly.
In showing his annoyance, I think. Thought we were going to see an aggressive move there from Rob. As we carry on watching. We can watch picture in picture. Both battles taking place here. Mark. I want to say to the car 8, car 666 in the big picture, and in the small picture 751 I think it is, and 969. Thank you. And now Steve just swap them over just to confuse me. Thank you very much, Steve. be having words with you after this race.
Just
Both
both of them just running slightly wide, both the chasing cars on exits, losing that bit of time. It's so easy to do. It really does cost you time, especially touching the gravel. You can feel it, time loss.
And do you think that's something to do with following the car so closely that they lose a bit of the downforce?
Yeah, you get a bit of dirty air, but as well you lose a bit of sight of where the apex really is and where your exit really is, because you end up looking at the back of their car instead of where you want to be pointing your car. So if they run close to the edge of the track, you run even further closer to the edge of the track. What's the saying? Monkey see, monkey do.
Yes, Oscar Electric move. John Doe going past James Mead there.
Almost looked orchestrated. That was so so clean and.
I'm hoping I've just called the right thing there. I have, haven't I?
Yeah, I think you have. Yeah, I think Mead had Doe is faster than you in his ear.
I like that name, John Doe, Germany. I wonder if that's his real name.
Quite a name. Sounds like a comic character. Oh, just running a bit wide, so easy to do, and hits the wall. Oh, he's just pushing that bit, and he's just full throttle still. I like the commitment. Never at any one point did it look like he hit the brakes.
There's no panic in that car, was there?
I think a car went straight into the pits there. 3 went into that corner, and only 2 came out.
Is that a GT4 flashing?
Yes, it is indeed. So I was Garland, surrounded by 2 GT3 cars. Should be trying to do his best to mitigate time loss. It's one of the most important things.
It's not going to be Garland, is it?
No, it's not Garland. No, you're right. It's Hop.
Frank Hop. I studied at school, honest. And we see Anthony Tahorst has got a stop-go 30 penalty now, so that must be speeding out of the pit lane.
See, Mark's lost a lot of time to the right in front. Yeah. He's got another. Yeah, from the pit stops ahead, he's moved up a couple of places. Oh, a bit too much curb there. Unsettles the back end. Some choice words from Steve.
They can't hear it, so we're alright. So obviously Mark must be frustrated. Something must have happened, because he's got now car 21 in front of him rather than car 8, who was hunting down.
Yellow flag is 69 at turn 1. Or he's in the pits, but it's odd for him to have a yellow flag in the pits. It's nearly 4 seconds to Oh, it's not just time, it's actually a car, a position.
I wonder if Anthony's had a disconnect, or just had enough for tonight. I'm sure we'll find out at some stage.
Hopefully be in chat to tell us. That'd be nice. I think Mark just needs to settle back in, because he had very good pace. Something must have happened. Oh, bouncing over that curb beautifully.
It's our race leader, isn't it?
It is. He's gone quite long, got quite a bit further than I thought he would.
Yes, and he's not. They've not stopped yet either, have they?
That's surprise. It's only just been an hour, hasn't it? Racing.
Yeah, that's very true.
5 seconds for car 21.
Ignoring yellow flags. Now that's an interesting one.
Ooh. So maybe Mark slowed down for yellow flags, and that's why 21 went through.
Well, potentially, and that might be why he's lost so much time. See Patrick getting past Frank. Oh, and has Frank gone straight on?
Yeah, that's Audi brakes. If you try and brake anywhere near behind someone, the Audi does not like it, that GT4 Audi. Well, some of the worst breaks in this game.
And car 969, who we were watching earlier on in the battle with car 751, has got a drive-through penalty.
Coming in thick and fast, aren't they, those drive-throughs?
Yeah. Well, it's 4. You get 4 track limits, don't you? Then they get the drive-through.
Yeah, 3 free ones, and then 4th is your drive-through.
Yeah. Sorry, I got that wrong as well. I don't get many of them myself. I'm nowhere near the limits of the track.
One of my teammates, Regan, always said that if you finish a race without 3 track limits, you haven't been pushing enough.
Yeah, we won't discuss Regan and embarrass you, shall we not?
Oh, it's fine, I'm over it.
Sure. There's another
Well, he only braked very late there, and he was closing up very much. He had to just bail out of it. He did well to realise that he needed to bail out of it, because it could have just been he ended up taking out there.
That gravel held him as well, didn't it? Well,
Yeah.
normally if you do that, you straight into that barrier further on.
He was very lucky there, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
So sometime in the next 10 minutes I expect to see Patrick come in. I don't think his car or his fuel will be able to go that much further.
Coming around to lap, I want to say 9th place, potentially. That's 9th. Oh.
Ooh! Rejoin. I think the different strategies will be if there's 2 stops, you'll split it, so you maybe take 90 litres each time. But if you're trying to do 2 stops on 2 full fuel tanks, you could do your second stop and only do a splash and dash. Save yourself quite a bit of time in the pits.
Yeah.
This would be why that BMW was there as Patrick came round. Closing up on the Alpine. Goes for a move. Realises the Alpine hasn't seen. Yeah, you can't dive from that far back. It's as much as you want to. it's not. The GT4 is never going to think that you're going to be there.
And we're joined in chat, I'm pleased to say, with Mr. Anthony Terhorst. Anthony, good evening. Have you had a disconnect or have you just had enough?
No. I had 3 or 4 track limits, and then a drive-through, and then speeding a pit lane, and then I was done with it.
Oh, so you just had enough for them, really?
Yeah, so I didn't do the thing, and I got disqualified.
Okay, how up to that point, how was your driving going? Because we heard from Aaron earlier on, and the pace was bad for him. Did you share the same feelings, or?
No, my pace was pretty good. With a full tank, I did 29.7 to the lows. So can't complain about the times.
Okay, were you carrying a lot of damage, or was that just a visual thing that we were seeing from a bug point of view?
Yeah, it was a visual thing. Aaron repaired everything in the pit stop.
Right. Cool.
But yeah, this was my race for today. I'm gonna practice for Barcelona.
Oh, right, okay. And reason for you practicing for Barcelona, just to let everybody know, we've got a GT3 league and GT4 league starting very soon, as we mentioned at the top of the hour. And the requirement for participating in both those leagues is to do a pre-season test, and our chosen track for the pre-season test this year is the Barcelona track. So
Yeah, I have to practice sandbagging.
You have to practice sandbagging. Are you going doing your practice, or are you going to go and do your official test?
No, the official test I do on the last or second to last day. No, some testing.
Leave it as long as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Barcelona is not my favorite track, so.
Good tactics. So you're going to give the admin team a hell of a lot to do in those last few days.
Exactly. You got to work for it.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Well, thank you very much for dropping in chat. And,
Yeah, thank you.
What happened to you? And fortunately, it was just a fun race. Will you be joining the full season?
The 2.4 hours I will. And the endurance I will. GT3, I will write myself in or sign up. But don't think I can do every race because it's on a Tuesday. It's a difficult day for me.
Alright, fair enough.
But I'll do my best to participate in as many races as I can.
Excellent.
Brilliant to hear. And are you going to fill your car up with fuel each time? Sorry, I could not resist. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
We could forgive you for once, but when you've done it twice.
Oh, shut up.
That's very professional. You must think you're live on air or something like that. You normally would have told me to do something else.
This is gonna haunt me forever, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay.
We've got one in our own community as well. Well, from SSR, Chris Pinchbeck has, on multiple occasions, not filled his car up with fuel. So you're not alone on that, Anthony.
Ah, cool.
So
I can cry together with Chris.
So there's going to be a battle of fuel.
Who can put the least in their car?
Yeah. Ooh. No, I'm putting enough fuel in.
Good, good.
Not risking my chances.
Thanks very much for joining us, son.
Yes. Good luck tonight. The last hour.
Thank you. We'll need it.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. So we saw 2 penalties come up there while we were having a chat. There's a 5-second with 718 for avoidable contact with 69, and 69 is retired, so that's a just penalty. And then 10 seconds for 991 for contact with number 8, and another penalty coming through. 10 seconds for 420 for avoidable contact with 52. So fair bits of avoidable contact, and this is GT3 and GT3 contact as well. We were expecting a lot more GT3 on GT4 contact penalties.
So, yeah, the stewards have got the work cut out tonight. They don't normally have this much work to do they?
I imagine there's a lot of cursing going on. Damn these drivers!
Yeah, I was planning on having an easy night like we normally do. How dare they?
I think this is what you get when you put multi-class around somewhere like Zolder. It's very, very tight, very difficult. It's tight even when it's just one class of car. When you put multiple classes, I think you're asking for trouble.
It's a fun race, my friend. It's a fun race. So that's what it was all about, wasn't it?
Exactly. It's a perfect test for it.
Yeah, and the chances are that, that if we use Zolder again for a mixed class, quite high, really. Because we're evil.
Well, maybe people will have learned. Oh, Porsche taking a very, very nice line through there. He keeps himself well out of the way.
I think he's, yeah, as you say, he's keeping out of the way of the leader. And Rob's all the way down in 22nd place now. We were obviously following him before when we were battling with car 751. He's since had a drive through. We saw him in the wall and still going full chat after the wall incident.
I was very impressed by that.
You didn't sound it at the time. Honest. You contained yourself very well. Yeah. Alright.
Mark's in 13th place, just behind the 21 BMW who got by him. What's the gap? Let's wait for this gap. It's 5 seconds. So the gap's been stretched out by that BMW, but Mark's doing a brilliant job, I think. Of,
yeah, well, the BMW's also carrying a 10-second penalty. Well,
exactly.
So should get past him comfortably in 5 seconds up the track. Will they be able to catch car 8, back up with them?
As we see 737 behind our previous leader, the 732. Has that been a move? Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, the Ferrari's overtaking the 737 and is making his way back through the field.
That was after we saw. That was after we saw James with his spin coming out of the pits after contact with the GT4, wasn't it? After
exactly.
The change. And looking up ahead, John Doe at Germany was got 25-second penalty.
Has been a naughty boy. Got involved in a lot of penalties there.
I'm not going to do any impression of the life of Brian live on screen.
Pushing hard. He's got the
So Volkring's in the pits, serving his 5 second and doing the change. Car, a 5 second penalty for car 737. Avoidable contact with car 87.
87's in 8th place, so must have been while they were doing some lapping on them.
Or has managed to maintain his position.
Maybe.
87 has lost the position because of it, and that's why he's got the penalty. Passing a GT4 there.
So a bit sideways.
Bit of oversteer.
GT4 using all the tracking a bit more. He's lost. Mark's lost about another 2 seconds to the BMW in front. So either getting caught up in traffic or just making little mistakes now. It's quite understandable being this far into a race, having done a stint that's probably just under an hour. Fatigue starts to set in just a little bit.
Fatigue sets in with me after 10 minutes.
But you heard me last night complaining about 10 laps.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about your 10 laps later.
This 21's really closed down on. I thought they'd gotten past the number 8 at one point. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. We could this battling going on could allow Mark to catch up again. Especially if the Mercedes takes defensive lines like that into these corners. That'll slow him down nicely.
There's 10 seconds, in the 10 seconds gap between them.
.420 again.
Yeah, we keep seeing car 420 with penalties.
As Yates.
Well, Mark, now's your time.
And a drive-through for 888. That'll be track limits as well.
What do you say? They're on the limit then, Kieran. Everybody else that hasn't got a drive-through aren't on the limit.
People who have a drive-through have gone over the limit.
So we can't see how many track limit warnings people have got, unfortunately. It's interesting because we could play that, play a game of bingo.
That'd be good.
Watch the replay of car 8 and car 21, I want to say. Car 8 goes.
Yeah, it's just that second part as you turn left. It's quite a jump when you go over there if you take too much of it. And you can also end up being the complete wrong place.
Apologies for this. I'm trying to figure out what we're watching here. We're just watching Kevin Boujman's. I'm wondering if Steve's actually put that up just to see if I can pronounce the surname. It really won't surprise me.
I'm not even going to attempt it.
Go with Kevin. Can't
Yes.
go wrong with that, can you?
A number 2 car.
The number 2 car, who's currently in 4th place in the McLaren.
Oh, see, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier with the pit entry being right on the apex. You had to take a wide line around there. to make sure he didn't hit the BMW.
Now you do get a warning though, don't you, off your crew chief that there is a car leaving the pits, but you never know whereabouts that car is. Because it could just literally cross the line, or it could be, as we just seen there, coming onto the racetrack.
Oh, that's never going to end well. You cannot take that left part. It does not let you turn left anymore as soon as you go over that. Yeah, just not enough patience being shown by some drivers.
Very naughty. Sorry, not sure if that went out live. That didn't. Very naughty of what we just seen there. Sorry, I have to giggle when somebody's whispering in my ear.
Mike Ebenezer is saying that was a tough stint. No, you did really well, Mike. I was singing your praises all the way around there because I think you did quite a good job. I do love an Ebenezer. And Nelson's in the car and he's doing a fantastic job as well.
Come and chat to us, Mike, if you wish. Make this broadcast a bit more interesting than what we're talking about. Sorry, Kieran, I'm teasing, obviously.
I know. Just because you can't find a nice relationship with a lovely... Wait, what?
What? I've served my time. Nope, hold on, that came out wrong.
Oh, the 21 BMW is taking the fastest lap of the race. That's impressive. And 732 is back up into second, and Patrick's in the pits.
So, what things going on? We're seeing another drive-through in for car 737. Car 88 has a stop-go 30, which just, I think, if I remember right, the car 888 had a drive-through initially, so he must be speeding coming out of the pits again.
Yeah.
We see a 5-second penalty for car 66, unsafe rejoin, and hitting car 888.
Ooh.
Yeah, we don't like unsafe rejoins. 5-second penalty for car 751 with contact with number 66. That must have all happened at the same time.
A 777 of Damien De Kaiser?
Yes, well done.
Yeah. he's come out in second place, only 2 seconds behind the 732 of Ogden. So I think
earlier, but obviously that team of 732 are going to have to do another pit stop.
Yeah, their fuel will not do them 1 hour 40 minutes. I think that's when they pitted. But 1 hour 5 minutes, that's reasonable on a fuel tank. Very reasonable.
And obviously the car 732 was leading the race up to the first pit stop.
Yeah. He pitted early, I don't know what for. Maybe the Ferrari just can't do it. I know the Ferrari does normally have a smaller fuel tank. But one of the tricks in the Ferrari is to run engine map 3 and you don't lose that much on straights. Especially somewhere around here where you never get into 6th gear.
Sorry, Ferraris also have dodgy engines, don't they? Until they get curtailed.
Yeah, you end up using way more fuel than all your competitors.
Damien's a good, consistent racer as well. So this team has done really good, really well tonight so far.
No, they kept out of trouble. Haven't done any silly moves. Not seen much of them on stream, which is exactly what you want from a good race. As a driver, obviously. As a spectator, you want to see lots of cars fighting constantly.
Yeah, well, they do see lots of cars. It's just that we can't talk about them. Can't believe we're being paid 500 quid for this, Kieran, as well.
Wait, you're getting paid?
Oops.
Ogden is opening up a fair gap on the 777, but they're going to have to make a pit stop. They're going to have to pull out 45 seconds, 50 seconds. If they want to maintain P1, I don't think that's possible.
It's not going to happen in an hour, is it?
I mean, stranger things have happened, but
No, it only
likely.
takes a mistake, doesn't it, or a couple of mistakes?
No, yeah, exactly. And you can end up losing 10, 20 seconds over a couple of mistakes, and then those mistakes compound. Yeah, or a drive-through for track limits. That'll put you back.
And just a reminder to people that aren't familiar, the track limit warnings you get are for the car, aren't they? They're not for the driver individually, so it doesn't get reset at a pit stop.
Exactly. 21 and 91, getting nice and close, personal.
So that was that's IQ's in the car 91, which was formerly driven by Paul Cook, wasn't it? We see another penalty being applied, 10 seconds for car 66, avoidable contact with car 718.
That means Dimitri's been hit again.
It does, but I'm not sure how they're going to apply that penalty, because I'm sure I saw that their car number had changed to 52, so I might be making this up. There he is. I'm
So
talking
yeah.
rubbish.
The number 8 hounding the Nissan. The 92 Nissan. Looks left, looks right, looks left again. Just trying to put him off, trying to make him break that bit later, so that he can't get through the chicane. But looks like the number 8's made a mistake, because I can't see them. Yeah, we've lost a lot of time there.
I'll tell you what we've not seen, because our broadcasters must have missed it, is that Adam is now in the car. 666 Mark's out of the car. So they've made their second pit stop.
Alright, so Adam to the end.
And they're up into 16th position. And they still be sort of behind car 8.
Oh yeah. So, if we're behind car 8, 17 seconds, a gap to car 8. So it's a decent gap Adam's got to make up, but...
He can do that though, can't he?
Definitely. There's yeah, we see car 8 and that's car 21 who's a lap ahead, I think, making his way through.
I don't think they were at one point though, were they? Were they not battling for position?
Car 21 and car 8 were battling for position, but now they're a lap apart. It's the 7-3.
Oh, car 8 had a spin. Car 8 had a spin.
See our leader's just trying to pull out a gap before he makes his last pit stop. So the 420 McLaren.
First chicane again in tip, and
I think just a little bit of a lock up at the rear, it looked like that as he turned in.
It looked strange, that one, didn't it? That was actual speed as well, it wasn't slow motion. It seemed to go slowly into the barriers.
Yeah. Odd, that one. Look, McLaren can be quite unpredictable sometimes. You just have to... Car 29, I think. Oh, a little bit too much curb on the inside there. So easy to do. As you're trying to go flat through there, because it's not easy flat through there. You're trying to take as much curb as you can to make sure it is flat, but you take too much and the rear end steps.
I want to say that it's curtains, but it's not, it's a wall.
Why do I laugh at your jokes?
Pity. I think it's pity.
732's done a really stellar job of making a way through traffic here.
He's got a 9-second, well, sorry, 8.5-second lead on Damien at the moment. As we said, they've got to make another pit stop yet.
Yeah, the shortest stop you can do is 3.2 seconds. That's 1 litre. And so what would that be? 38 seconds then through the pit lane. That's if you stop on your marks perfectly.
Because they've made the mandatory driver swap, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah, perhaps it is just going to be a splash and dash. But at what point that splash and dash? Last few laps?
I think they're going to have to do more than just a splash and dash. I think it will have to be
Dash and splash?
quite a bit of fuel, but definitely not taking tyres will save you a fair amount of time there.
See Damien in a lot of traffic there. Fortunately he's getting the blue flag service.
That is a lot of traffic, isn't it? It's got the is it the number 29, 26 Porsche? 29 Porsche.
It's one of them.
So it shows how much there's a gap of a lap between 2nd and 8th place. And that'll be because we've seen we've seen the Porsche involved in a fair few spins and incidents, and it just shows it loses you a lot of time. They had really good pace at the start of the race, but they're a lap back now.
So behind them is that car 888. It is, isn't it? It's the Nissan.
Yes.
The Nissan that I thought was a BMW earlier on. Gordy Backer on board now.
At this point, they'll all just be trying to lap as quickly as they can and not try and get in each other's way. Hopefully. So the acceleration of the Porsche as it pulls out maybe 2 or 3 meters of just of gap just at the beginning of the apex, and then Nissan closes back up under brakes.
Have you driven the Nissan, Kieran?
I've driven it a couple of times for fun, but never as a league car. It's fairly good. It can be on the pace at certain tracks. At certain tracks, it's fairly off the pace. So I think it's quite a heavy car.
It would do. Carrying Godzilla around with you.
Exactly. It's a lot of power to try and tame.
So let's keep an eye out on the Adam's, not necessarily lap times, but the gap between him and the car 8 in front of him.
It's only got 8 seconds now. What did we say it was before? 16? Yeah. So he's closing that gap in quickly.
His teammate in chat saying we want our pullback, it's been rigged for sure. It's not true, honest.
Yeah, we really didn't mean to. I would have loved to have seen you lap the whole field, Adam, but then it wouldn't have been that interesting for us, would it? We did need to spice things up.
Tom in the car 218. It's just been passed by. It's in front of him. Back on board. Sorry. Back reviewing Adam. Gap down to 7 seconds. So in about 3 laps, it'll be on the car 8, won't it?
Yeah, if he keeps at this pace, yeah.
What was the feedback we got? It was 2.5 seconds faster on the last lap.
2.2. That 2.2 is probably quick enough to get a decent overtake around there. This is
GT4s having a good close battle.
Spence to the inside. Says don't try it.
The GT3 interested and wanted to get past, and Nelson Abranosa are right behind them in the Aston.
GT3 should understand that these two are in a fight, and they're not just going to move off their line. There we go. GT3 gets to use its power to go down. Hopefully, not too much of a send. BMW does a sensible thing there and leaves just enough room if Abranosa was going to carry on trying to get through, but he doesn't.
Again to the second, to the final chicane.
So we've got more GT3s pounding their way through.
I wouldn't want to be in that mix.
Ooh, that just goes for the outside, but obviously the BMW's on that line already, so that's to take to the grass. And the 969 goes through as well. And now the GT4s can recommence their battle together. There's a replay. Abranosa. Oh, gets on the grass, brakes, and the GT4 Porsche, really locks its rear brakes up a lot. And it's one of the most difficult parts of driving that car. If you get on the grass and block your brakes like that, you go into a spin.
I mean, it just seemed to give Nelson a bit more boost out of that corner then, didn't it, as well?
Nelson gets his fastest lap time because of that.
Yeah, and the drive-through.
So the Alpine's got through on the BMW. BMW's fighting back, going to the outside. Look at. Oh! Wow, the BMW got all the way around there.
Now, how's the Alpine just let him back past because of he might have passed unfairly?
Maybe. That would make sense, because I didn't think the power difference between those two guys was that great. It looked like a GT3 car overtaking a GT4. So Dimitri Schenk's Porsche closing up behind on the Alpine as well.
Blinked
and missed it, yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's going to be a 3-way battle. Will be, won't it?
Lovely bit of action in GT4. It's nearly half the field in one shot.
Where's the GT4 leader then? No, he's not. Garlin's up down in 27th.
Yeah. It's John Johansson, yeah. And the 12 Mercedes.
10-second gap.
I can't tell you right now.
I'm looking at the timing tower and it says that 24th is at...
The Aston did not leave room there. The Porsche was definitely along the outside and the Aston just decided it wasn't meant to be there.
Yeah, I'm coming through regardless.
It's a shame because he's split that pack up.
So is that the 52 Aston?
Yeah.
What's it? That's it. Well.
See a 10-second penalty for car 666. That's Adam. Contact with the 86.
That's not going to help, is it?
No, that's not going to help. Especially if he's not going to do a pit stop. Like, he's not going to have that penalty applied until the actual end of the race. So you see GT4 leader Johansson coming through T1. 11-second gap back to P2. fight for P2 is still raging on. Well, it seems that the Alpine has lost a fair amount of ground, and the Porsche of Schenk has gone through.
Yeah, fortunately, lost a clink and missed that again.
Oh, he's closed down that gap with 777 on the leader. It was 8 seconds when we last saw it, it's now only 5.
That was a hell of a comeback on track from the pits there as well, wasn't it, the Porsche? I thought I was seeing things. Blimey there. Sorry. Yeah. This is 4 GT4s all together.
Hey, where's Garland come from? He's just come out of nowhere.
I want to say Sweden, but I could be wrong.
There's the number 8's trying to get through all these GT4s. He's boxed in. They're doing a police manoeuvre. Going to slow him down nicely. There's nowhere for the GT3 to go. Oh, and you realise he's there. Oh, he's done very well to not hit Shanky. I'm sure he was all locked up on the brakes trying to not hit. As Garland's gone off there as well. Yeah, lots of action going on here. Yes, Segovic is all the way on the back of the number 8 now. It's the Alpine. Oh, the BMW goes wide, and that's the Alpine 3 as well. Oh, Garland's multiple laps back. Maybe a lap down on this pack. So he's just
So he's letting them through.
Letting.
Yes. So Adam here is closed up on car 8. Don't forget he's got a 10-second penalty, so he needs to get past this car and at least 10 seconds up the road. Car 88 has got a drive-through penalty. Must be serving that. As we see, the
Got a bit of door banging around the outside.
more door banging. So that's all all doors on one side.
A little flash of lights from Adam there saying, "Why are you banging me?"
Don't go there, Chris. Don't go there. Resist.
Is he? Oh, nice tight line through there. Thought he would get a run on that, but I think the BMW is a little bit down on power, like on top speed in comparison to some of the other GT3s. But he manages to get down the inside there, which will be the outside the next corner. Will he be able to make it? I think he will.
Yes, round takes the position. Excellent. So now needs to clear that 10-second penalty. With 44 minutes to go, it's not infeasible for him to do that, is it?
I think his sights will be set more on catching the 218 in front. That's only 7 or 6 seconds ahead, and then passing them and trying to make 10 seconds, and then it starts again every time he passes a car. He's got nice clear air in front, so he can just put the laps in now for a bit until he catches well, the 12, which he'll catch very quickly because it's a GT4. But then he's got.
So at this point, if this was you, Kieran, teeth back in, would you be trying to focus on doing as many clean qualifying style laps as possible, or just keeping clean laps?
Yeah, I'd be pushing all out, trying to make up as much time as possible, trying to pass as many cars as possible, knowing that 10 seconds is looming over me. But I'd also be trying to not lose time battling cars as well. the gap between the leaders is ebbing and flowing every couple of laps. Seems that their pace isn't consistently faster, but maybe their traffic management is better, and that's what's putting them up on lap time.
Well, they will be getting the blue flag service, won't they? But as we've seen in the race earlier on, not everybody adheres to those blue flags. We see a bit of a ping issue there in the background.
It was amazing, that.
And,
I wish when I won that wide off track it just put me back on.
I wonder, you know, when we saw the where we said that car has come out of the pits really quickly. That's the same car. So I wonder if it was a similar issue that we saw.
Maybe.
Caught us out.
Could well be that, yeah. It looks like the gap's ever decreasing between Damien and the 732 Ferrari.
Visible.
Yeah, both cars on the same straight. Yeah, last lap for Ogden was 1:32, and last lap for Kaiser was a 1:31.5. So slow lap from Ogden, because we've seen Ogden do much quicker times than that. Must have been caught in traffic.
Track map whereabouts he is. So
Is only
I don't think he was caught in traffic because there's quite a bit of clear air in front of him. Car 12 is the next car in front of him.
maybe, yeah.
GT4.
Yes, car 12 is a GT4.
I'm learning.
Adam's done the fastest lap of the race. A 28.9. That is astonishingly quick.
He's also managed to get past car 218. The next
Oh, that's actually made it easy for him.
13th position now.
So he's got... I'm not sure if 66 seconds is right to the car in front, but if it is, that's a lot of free air in front of him to just push and really secure this 12th place.
Oh, it's just amended itself.
Yeah. Still a fair amount of clear air in front of him to push and try and make sure this gap is, or this 12th place is his. But from the pace of things, I think maybe top 10 is on the cards.
Yeah, it should be, shouldn't it? Should be. Get the top 10. Again, he's still got that 10-second penalty hanging over his head. So hopefully that'll clear. Got a 5-second penalty for car 21 with avoidable contact for car 29.
Oh, that's that green BMW. Very quick, but he's had a couple of penalties to his name, so that's hampered his race. Not
Car
hamper his race.
29 was Porsche into up in 6th position.
Yes. So I wonder when they came across each other. Must be a lap's difference between them. Or not? No, I don't think so.
We're joined by Mike Abranosa at the Team Abbey car 33. How was your mate? How was your race, Mike? Good evening, sorry.
Yeah, good first stint. I guess we qualified 5th in Quali 1, and then found, as everybody else did, we were all over the show at the start of the race. So I think I started P17 and fought my way up to 3rd. So yeah, pretty good stint, I'd say. Thanks.
We've seen a few battles with you. Was it were your battles fair, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, it's difficult to tell the pace of the cars ahead when you're sort of all out of sync with quali. But no, I think it was very, very fair. I think it was very, you know, for me at least, I avoided quite a bit of incidents. There's quite a lot of incidents at the start of the race, as I'm sure you guys saw. But you know, had good battles. Unfortunate for the 69 car. I was trying so hard to get in front of them, but there's just no way to overtake here. And so I thought, right, I'm gonna change tact, back up on for the first chicane, and then get a better run. And unfortunately, I think Aaron clipped the curve a bit harder than we came together. But other than that, yeah, I think we've had some good fights.
Sorry.
Oh, you've raced really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just watching Adam trying to unlap himself. I think it's fair to say, isn't it?
Yes,
That's
the
a great
732's pitted again, which we expected them to. And, oh, there we go. I'm through.
Hey, surprise, we're P2. Woohoo!
Yeah, no. Had a really good race, nice and clean. Apart from the one incident, it wasn't your
Yes, when
fault.
we saw the Ferrari running away, it was like, wow, they've got, you know, real good pace. I don't know if they ran light purposely, because I'm quite sure map 3 of the Ferrari, they could do the full hour 10. Be interesting to find out from them, you know, afterwards, if they purposefully ran light or if the Ferrari just couldn't make it. I don't know, what did you guys think, because I know you were watching that quite closely as well.
Yeah, I think they've been running light, because they pitted, what, like 40 minutes in? Something like that?
Yeah, it looked like. So, you know, P2 I think is a good outcome. We were looking forward to you being on track, Kieran, running away in the BMW, but how come you're not racing tonight?
Oh, my teammate wasn't here, so...
Yeah, unlucky. But no, other than that, it's good. And obviously it's a test session for you guys, so learning what works on Sim Racing GP and so on. But otherwise, no, it's great.
No, exactly, we need to do the double qualifying session.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. But no, other than that, you know, it's been a good race. I think everyone's been relatively respectful. I think there have been a couple of impatient GT3s. You know, I've tried to be patient as best I can. I haven't hit anyone, so I don't have any penalties yet, which I think is testament to patience. I think some of the back markers have been a bit harsh. They're not always moving out the way, but the GT4s are doing a great job. So yeah, thanks again for organising as always.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you very much for racing. And Kieran did have a backup driver available to him, but he politely declined and joined me in the commentary box instead. Instead of having me in the car with him.
There you go. So yeah, no, thanks a million, and I'm going to get back to spotting Nelson. Try and keep him patient so we don't kill any GT4s, and see you guys at the end of the race.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Alright,
good luck. You're joining us. Good luck.
Thanks guys, cheers.
We saw yeah, they've been sort of Adam unlapped himself, which is totally fair. It's what you're allowed to do if you can do it safely. And then the Ferrari just very aggressive. Yeah, once he got back past, there was a few weaves down the straight in frustration, it looked like. Yeah, I think needs to be remembered that just because you're on a lead lap doesn't mean you're the fastest car on track.
Well, everybody's racing, even at this point.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot to be raced for. But yeah, I think Adam's done the sensible thing of backing out a little bit. If the Ferrari really doesn't want to be unlapped, then it's probably quickest for him to just sit behind him. That's maybe what Adam's thinking, but
yeah,
I think Adam's probably thinking he just wants to make sure he can pull out at 10 seconds to the car behind, which he's very close to doing.
Fortunately, guys, you can't hear what Steve is saying in our ears, and that's what Kieran is reacting to very professionally, I must say.
I seem to be much better in a comms booth than I am when I'm actually in the car.
Well, you're always welcome to join any comms booth. Well, within reason. You're also welcome to drive a car. We're not going to hold you to this full time.
That's good. I think I'm better at driving a car than I am at commentating. But
Why don't you mix both? Do
That's
drive a car and commentate at the same time?
well, Steve knows what happens when I try and talk and drive. Oh, Steve's just whispering to me that I spin out when people talk to me, which is true. So if you ever want to overtake me in a race, try and get on Discord with me and talk to me.
Challenge accepted.
So Adam's just making his way through some GT4 traffic.
Steve, please stop it.
I do agree with Steve. I wish that I could tell everyone why I agree with Steve.
Don't get me wrong, I do as well. I'm just trying. We're just trying. Oh, here we go. Is this Adam's chance?
Come on, Adam.
That's there.
Absolutely, completely unbiased commentary booth there.
Completely unbiased. Go on, Adam. Go on, get him to first chicane. Make him make a mistake in first chicane. I mean, hopefully we don't see a mistake into the first chicane. Do what you did before, Kieran. You know, when we said what's not going to happen.
You know what's not going to happen?
No, Kieran, please tell us.
Ferrari will not make a mistake into the first chicane.
At which lap? Will it not be on the next lap?
It'll
Or
be.
will it not be on the
It
next
won't
lap?
be on lap 74. How do I pronounce your name? Zolder.
I think you did very well, and I think it's exactly what you just said. Vert. Because I think the W is a V.
It is two V's next to each other. Yeah, Adam's cleared with number 8 by 14 seconds, so P12 is his. Oh, who is that? Facing the wrong way there. 92. Betten.
It wasn't car 732.
Was it not?
No. Was this
Oh,
not
okay.
again? Our friend Tom van der Meer here. Oh!
That was unfortunate.
GT3. Say Wouter and 10.
10. That's one word, or is Wouter your first name? And then 10. Okay. Thank you for that.
I'm gonna have an interview, Wouter.
Oh. I was just expecting the Ferrari to hit the back of the Porsche, but he didn't. If only the Porsche braked a bit harder. Why is he defending this hard? I'm confused on that.
This is ridiculous. You can't be defending like that. Not. not when it's a lapped car trying to get past you. It's just not fair.
Especially if they have enough pace. If they're not going to be slowing you down, it's
I think it's fair to say if Adam gets past, he's not going to be slowing him down into it.
Oh, exactly. But the way you can catch up on the back of him shows that there's a pace advantage from Adam. Adam's being very sensible though, and doing everything to not have a collision. Sounds reminiscent of a motor racing season that's just gone by. One driver doing everything they can to not have a collision.
Side arguments. Remember the briefing pack you didn't read?
I didn't read it, so I can't remember it. All I can remember is I'm from Stevenage.
And?
I like the number 4.
Alright. So, you like it so much that you put it twice on a car or something like that?
I might.
Okay, sir. That's good.
Oh, you got, yeah, a 66 and a 52.
Yeah, with
With
so
triple
much.
stick and a 52. Oh, it's 52 goes wide. That's going to let Adam through easily. He did not have to have a second invitation there.
And I think that's Voigt's team, car 52.
I think that is.
Well, Adam will gather his thoughts now, won't he? Try and get
and we can
back on with Ben. See how much longer that Ben can hold him up for. Sorry, unbiased. I need to work what that word means.
This is Damien De Keyser off in the lead. He's doing a great job. It's quite. I think that's quite a gap he's got to. It is, as Nelson's only just coming up to the first corner as this is the second chicane. This is a 45-second gap. So really, it's Damien's race to lose here. All he has to do is keep it on the track for 25 minutes. No drive-through.
I think I don't know if you're on comms or not there, Steve. You can tell. Right, so Steve just whispered in our ear. There was about a 40-second gap in the last race at Suzuka, and somebody lost that. But I can't. Somebody's got to remind me who that was. It was whose car that was.
Kieran.
It was no one here. I wasn't in the car at that point.
Did you have your name on the car?
No, I don't know. Maybe the game didn't update the name yet.
Heck. Somebody's got 135 times. Oh, it's gone now. No, I know what that was for because I was reading the Discord earlier on. So, car 21 is a single car driver.
Yes.
So he will have got an automatic 135 seconds because he's not changed driver. And the stewards agree with him. I think it's because it's a fun race, they would clear it. Clear the penalty.
Dave Hedges in chat has got my back. It was Pilko. And Mike's also saying that actually they were leading. It wasn't us.
So you do admit you were there then? No.
I never denied I was there. I just denied that I was the one who hit the wall.
Was there much cursing in the car at the time? Kieran?
No, it was dead silence. That's when you know it's bad. didn't know it was possible to crash out of commentary.
He has Kieran. He has us at a disadvantage because he purposely does this to wind us up, knowing that nobody else can hear him.
Oh, of course. Yeah. He's just being the devil in our ears.
Yes, devil. It's a better word than I was going to come up with after the commentary finished.
It began with a D though, didn't it?
It may have done. Other words are available. I'll be honest, I've never ever heard that word. No. And again, it sounds like me and Kieran.
I'm still lost. I'm gonna have to Google this word.
Nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
And that's even when we're talking about the action on track.
That's we're seeing Ant Brown in the Positive Perception Racing car. Oh no, Stephen, glad no one can hear you. He's doing a good job chasing down the 29. Should be an overtake coming in the next couple of laps if he can close that gap even more. But with to be fair to him, with a 10-second time penalty for the car in front and only a 5-second for himself, he is net ahead. All he has to do is stay behind. But with chicanes like that, might be a bit difficult. I have to say, the Audi is not a car I would pick to drive Zolder in. I don't think I'd ever pick Audi.
I can't remember when you selected the series, whether you had to pick the car for the series. I think you did, didn't you, at that point?
Yes, but I don't think this team was signed up for Suzuka. So I think they have just picked. Oh, Avano's has got the number 2 McLaren right behind him. I'm sure Mike will be in his ear, telling him, "Keep calm. There's no one there. Drive your lines."
The commentators are singing your praises, so don't blow it. It is going to be close, and who's going to win the battle of the second place? Because Damien's certainly out in the lead by plus 40 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, and the 732s in the 129s are catching quickly, so this could be a 3-way battle for P2. Just a couple of laps. Oh, lovely, yeah. 666 in 10th. I did say top 10 was on the cards. Let's see if he can pull out a 10-second gap and keep that 10th place. As 52's coming to the pits. Must be some damage on the car to pit this late. Or maybe they're running a 2-stop and a splash and dash.
2-stop and a splash and dash, so that's 3-stop.
Well, okay, I'll rephrase. A 2-stop with a splash and dash as a second pit stop. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, it wasn't Steve saying that in your ear.
Everyone could actually hear.
Yes.
Gaggle of cars with penalties all on them. Yeah, we got should have a 3-way battle for P2 coming up very soon.
Mike's called that out in the chat as well. Thanks, Mike.
That's where I got my original information from.
What was it? Not supposed to be that honest.
Oh no, just when I got on the gravel, that slowed him down, and so I had P2 through. Well, the number 2 through into P2. Too many twos. So. 732, making his way past lapped Lexus onto his way. Nope. He's oh, he's very close there to the BMW GT4. Manages to not hit him. Because the BMW moves completely offline, something the BMW probably shouldn't have done, but did for a bit of self-preservation.
Unfortunately, it's going to be right on the tail of Nelson very soon, isn't it?
Yep, just a second behind. So we'll see the racecraft of the 732 come into play.
And how do you think this overtake's going to go then, Kieran?
Into T1. No. I suspect into the second chicane.
Oh,
There's number 2.
second place spun.
So that's Nelson back into P2. So back into a possibility of a 3-way fight for P2. Oh, as Nelson just runs a bit wide, and that's going to let the 732 through. Oh, he gets very close there and rejoining. Well, that's I think that means with the 732's pace, it's just going to sprint off now. Hopefully, I think that's what we'll be aiming to do. And yeah, I don't think there's any way that they'll be able to catch the leaders. Not with the gap that the leaders do have. So what's happening? Oh, I lost my entry.
Oh, that was so close.
Oh, we're joined by Bassman Mellis.
Good evening.
Hello.
Sorry, we were just watching something on screen as well. We're watching Adam getting close to the second place guy to unlap himself. I'm guessing with seeing Dimitri in the car all night, there was a bit of an issue, was there? And you've not been able to join?
Yep, that's the one. You know, the driver 1 issue.
The driver 1, is that the driver 1 where in every briefing session you give out to any endurance series, you constantly remind people that driver 1 must join the server first?
I think that's the one, Chris. Where I constantly bug people and annoy people and do everything to have them join first. And then this time, what do? I asked Dimitri, are you in the server? And he said no, and I clicked join server.
Okay.
So that was a lovely one.
Yeah, fortunately it's not going to get mentioned anywhere ever again, is it?
No, the advantage is that YouTube, we don't have that many followers, so...
No one will know.
No one will know, indeed. So, it's an exciting race, don't you guys think?
It's been eventful.
Yeah, definitely.
Very eventful. Whereas we've seen Dimitri with a few incidents. Some unfortunate, he's gained a few penalties as well, hasn't he? But he's doing this solo. So quite a good job considering that.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, I've been on board with him part of the race, and I've been stewarding as well. And if you see there's obviously quite a speed difference between the GT3s and the GT4s. You're looking at about between 7 and 10 seconds per lap, depending on where the GT3 is in the field. So they close up quite quickly, and well, we can see on screen now the Ferrari passing Dimitri on the outside. It's quite a big speed difference that they have, especially out of the corners. Into the corner, you see that the GT4 can brake maybe even a tiny bit later, especially into the kleine chicane as they call it. But the GT3s are just so fast on the throttle, and yeah, they just blast away.
So Bass, you just joined us and give us the most informative news of the evening by actually pronouncing a corner name on this circuit. Nobody else did. So thank you very much for that. So we saw in the background there,
Adam
as you
tagged.
were talking, the car 2 in the gravel. And Kieran, were you just about to say what happened?
Yeah, I believe Adam tagged him into coming onto the straight.
That's unfortunate. For both, obviously. And I'm not sure what Steve expects us to say when he says things like that now, really.
Oh, the Porsche's really trying to show that it's behind.
So we've seen a bit of weaving tonight, Bass. What's your opinion on weaving in this event? We see what happened between Adam and car 2. Adam trying to unlap himself, tagged him and put him in the gravel.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate one.
I think luckily the number 2 McLaren hasn't lost any places, but he will have lost time to Nelson in front. It's a good thing we've got a steward in the room for Steve to put his complaints through to.
Subtly.
Yeah, there has been some pretty aggressive weaving going on.
Yeah, I think weaving should be kept as a hairstyle and not in racing.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Remember, Kieran, that Bass is from Holland, so don't go back to what you were saying earlier on.
What was I saying earlier on?
About you like the car number 4.
Oh. I thought we were all friends there.
We are all friends here, publicly. So,
Behind the scenes, we have special app groups. I Hate Kieran. Chris is in it as well,
I knew it.
and we
I'm
just
actually part of that
complain
group.
all the time.
Yeah, the Lexus made a small mistake there. It's let the 666 get alongside. He's going to have the inside into the second chicane. Yeah.
got the move done.
Perfect move from Adam there.
Nice and
Yeah,
clean.
very clean. Yeah, definitely. That's how you want to see it. And you can see how well, I would not say overpowered, but the difference between the BMW and the Lexus out that corner was massive. He obviously got a cleaner entry and the exit was clean as well, but it's quite a difference. I believe you are driving the BMW at the moment, Kieran. How do you feel how it's versus the rest of the cars?
I think it's pretty well matched against the McLaren, the Lexus, the Mercedes and the Aston. I think the Ferrari can be just as quick, but it takes a lot more setup work now. I think some of the other cars are a little bit underpowered in comparison. I've heard the Lamborghini's now quite good.
Yeah, nobody dares to take that one though.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it starts to rain, you'll be backwards.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Audi. It is quite quick, but scary.
Well, the race leader at the moment on screen with Dimi de Keizer driving. Obviously, Patrick did a great job on his first stint.
Yeah, they've had a great race. They're kept out of trouble. beautifully, and that's really played into their hands.
They both drove really well. We're hearing reading in chat that Nelson was told to lift and let Adam through, which was quite a smart move. Doesn't want to be getting that ball. Doesn't want to be involved in that. In battle he doesn't need to be there for. Adam get on with his race and try and get up us up to 8th position.
Yeah, and the thing with 8th is they've both got 10-second penalties, so that's a battle for actual on-track position.
Yeah. But there's only 3 seconds ahead of 10th place. Sorry to bring it back to earth there.
Oh yeah, it's sad, and then he's only another 1.7 seconds ahead of 11th place, so that's 5 seconds.
So it's a battle for 11th, really, possibly.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
As we start viewing car 732.
You said that, and I thought that's the second to last corner of Kailani. That's not a corner on Zolder. And if that doesn't give it away, I don't know what will.
Well done, mate. Very professionally.
It's completely by himself, this 732. What's that? 35 seconds ahead is the leader. 37 seconds ahead is the leader.
Nobody wants to go anywhere near him.
I think Nelson would make a right choice of getting very out of his way, because I think Nelson would have been put in a wall. Oh, it's fine.
Are you calling this commentary, Steve? I'm really impressed.
Making noise is definitely closer to what we're actually doing.
Yes, I would agree with that. I second that.
Yeah, but then again, it's Saturday night. And you want to have some fun together, racing, and I think that's the sole incentive of this series to promote the team spirit and have fun together. Because obviously racing is a solo thing when doing the sprint races, and all driving together in a team makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think we've seen that car 2 has the pace over car 33, but a few little mistakes has meant that he's been behind. Just a bit of traffic management going on here. Car 2 has to realise he's not going to be able to make it around the outside of the GT4 on the brakes. It's a really big part about these longer races is traffic management. You can be quick, but if you get caught behind people or if you make silly moves and that loses you extra time, you really can find yourself in places that you didn't want to be.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, especially with the speed difference between the two classes. You can get stuck behind a GT4 just before a corner and be overtaken by another car in your class because he takes the better line through that corner.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, you got to pick your battle and really realise if you are going to get caught behind GT4, give them enough room so that you can get a better exit than them, a much better exit.
Yeah. And it's also difficult because obviously Zolder is quite a compact circuit with short turns, not really wide. So if you compare it to the last race at Suzuka, it was a lot easier to overtake the GT4s versus now on this track. At least that's how I feel about it.
Definitely, I felt that way as well. I felt like I barely had to do anything overtaking GT4s, but I can imagine around here, it's not as easy. Still maintaining that 30-second gap. Only 2 minutes 40 to go. That's only what, 3 more laps then?
Yeah, about around the mark. Yeah.
Temperature up to 21 degrees as well. So obviously you didn't take the starter bass, but and that was not a dig. I'm not saying it for that reason. And it is a test session. We obviously cannot do the practice quali race again.
No, that's not possible.
So we need to come up with a solution, don't we, for the 2.4 series, which will be starting soonish.
You're correct, Chris. The first race is the last Friday of January, so that will be the 28th. And I've actually put the whole series up because I was not racing anyway. so people can now subscribe to the races on SGP in our community. Let's get back to that one. Can he rejoin? No serious damage, I think.
Yeah, no, I avoided everything, fortunately.
I think he's okay, just a bruised ego.
How many seconds between them at the moment?
It was 30 seconds, so let's see when they cross the line.
Then they're fine.
Yeah, I don't think he lost a huge amount of time there. The car didn't spin or anything, so...
And it didn't collect anything, unfortunately, so...
Yeah.
Well, it was a lucky break then for them.
Yes.
In the final minutes of the race.
The only thing that's going to impede him is the fact that it was on live on stream.
Yeah, that's the only
at the time.
But again, we don't have that much subscribers, so we'll be fine, Chris. And then by saying that... Yeah, that's probably a good one to do. No, but Chris, you were asking about the qualifying session. Well, obviously we tested it on our own servers, and then the two qualifying sessions were merged. But unfortunately on SGP it didn't work, so what we're now doing is we're doing it the same as
Damien's made another mistake, because there can't be anything wrong with his car, surely. Unless he's lost tyre pressure.
Yeah, but he has collected a lot now, so...
He's got damage now.
Yeah.
There's only 12 seconds left of the race, though. He's going to cross the line.
Yeah. And
Fatigue set in at this point. You start making silly errors.
Yeah, and probably Patrick is screaming in Damien's ear.
Yeah. So we've got the leader of the GT3 on the main screen, and picture in picture we've got the leader of the GT4 class. So this should be Damien crossing the line to win the race.
That is, yeah.
That's one.
Race winner, Damien Takadza. That Patrick Hunt.
And in second place we have Ben Smith and the other chap whose name I've forgotten.
And it's Mr. Hoymans, who's in third place in the McLaren. But he's got El Brenosa still on his tail. Is he going to try something in the last few corners?
El Brenosa takes a lot of curve there.
Yeah.
But to no avail. Third and fourth cross the line.
I'm going to try and pronounce this name, guys. I'll leave that up to you, Kieran.
Newman?
Yeah.
Is GT4 race leader.
Chris Johansson, Team DGTL.
Well, an amazing drive by them.
Yeah.
21st place overall, which is a good result.
It takes a lot to manage traffic in GT4. Sometimes you have to accept that GT3s are being mean to you.
And there's my teammate crossing the line second in GT4, Dimitri Schenk.
2.5 hours by himself.
Hardly teammate, yeah.
Yeah, okay guys, I made a mistake with joining the server.
So this is Dimitri Schenk driving the car solitary on his own, crossing the line to finish second place.
There you go. Almost crashing into the BMW that brakes after the finish.
And yeah, so that was an interesting, fun race. We saw Damien towards the end trying his best to give the position away that they'd held so strongly since the pit stops meted themselves out. So, Kieran, strange question. How was that for you?
Oh, I've never been asked that before. That was quite good. Yeah, it was a very enjoyable race to watch. Lots of action. I think a little bit more respect is needed from some of the GT3s to the GT4s, and even to each other in their class. But it's quite a difficult circuit to race around, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
And Bass, obviously, you've been watching the stream all evening, listening to me and Kieran talk rubbish for the best part of 2 3/4 hours or longer. Obviously, you really wish you could have taken part in the race, but how do you think it went out? And are you looking forward to the full series that's coming at the end of January?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the series. We're trying to get a more even spread of the cars by aiming to have 30 GT3s in there and 20 GT4s. Yeah, and I'm hoping that everybody's liking the format and that we'll get a lot of entries. Obviously, if the race is not full, you can also do a solo entry. Oh, not a solo driver entry, but a single race entry. That's the way I should pronounce it. And we've put all the information up in our Discord now, so it shows all the events that we've got planned. And by answering your question earlier about the qualifying, we'll be doing the same thing as that we did in the first race at Suzuki, where we'll have a 30-minute qualifying session with the first 15 minutes the GT3 go out, and then the final 15 minutes the GT4s can go out. And that way we won't have the issue that we had today with the qualifying session.
Cracking. I think we're all certainly looking forward to this. The event starting. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up at SSRI. So if you want to join us, find our Discord channel, come and join us. Join in some good banter, as you've hopefully heard tonight, between myself, Kieran, Steve, Bass, and the drivers that joined us on giving us interviews. Aaron, Anthony, and Mike. We've got GT3, GT4 season starting soon. We've got iRacing season starting this Sunday, touring cars. We've got, I hope I'm saying this right, a Formula 1 series starting on Wednesdays with some fun races coming up soon. And the 2.4 season, as Bass has mentioned, starting the end of January. And an endurance season starting on the 25th of February. So lots of racing and activity, and I hope I've not missed anything. Sorry, we've got an AC. Is it Clio Cup that's coming on, Steve? Please correct. Clio Cup coming soon. So lots of racing in our little community. And we are going to welcome the first position in GT3 class, Damien De Keyser and Patrick Wanst. Congratulations, and I'll come to you first, Patrick, because you did the first stint. We saw a very clean race from you tonight, and there's no sarcasm in there at all. Please don't take it that way. I know you know what I'm normally like. But yeah, a very clean race that just saw you lose the lead at the pit stop, but it was a tactical pit. You're splitting the strategy half and half. Have we interpreted that right? And how was the race for you?
It was really an awesome race. Thanks for the congratulations. Yeah, I can't believe that we won. Obviously,
Me neither.
It was really intense. We had some luck with the quality results, obviously, but yeah, the strategy was in first we discussed this afternoon to make some changes to the ECU settings, so we lose less fuel, and then we can make to the halfway point, and then when we good to go to the halfway point, we can increase the ECU. But my times were good, and I did it on ECU 2, so I could last longer. I could make the longer stint, and then Damien could take over, and he could use the fast ECU, so we can comparable times. And Luckily, the Ferrari, the 732 was pitting early, which was a surprise to us, but was pitting early, so we can make the gap to them and finish first for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. And Damien, I'm going to come to you because obviously we've raced each other in the leagues, and we've always had fair battles. You were driving quite consistent, but you not being nasty here, but you seem to want to try and throw it away at the end.
Almost
talk
threw it
us
away.
through your two incidents.
Yeah.
that honestly weren't live on stream at the time.
The first incident was, I was overtaking Dimitri, and I completely missed my braking point, so I went straight ahead. And then the second one, I think was the last lap. Just wasn't paying attention anymore, and make a mistake in the first chicane. Clipped the curb and spun around. So almost lost it, but luckily the gap was big enough, so still finished first.
But it was up to those points, and it is easy to do. Kieran will vouch for that.
Yeah.
And he even mentioned it on stream at some point when it happened to somebody else, that you just quite easily miss your braking point when you're following another car or trying to overtake another car. So that's perfectly understandable. So yeah, congratulations to you both.
Thank you very much.
I'm taking you both be taking part in the 2.4 season when it starts.
Yes.
I think we need to now. We need to defend our win. I think.
We only have to discuss the car. With the Beamer. It's a very nice car.
It's a very nice car. It's a race-winning car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you'll have to get in there first, won't you? Because we don't really want a full grid of Beamers. We want a nice
we do.
mix of cars.
If we say on stream here that we take the Beamer, do we have a reserved position?
You just have to go to SimGP really quickly now and register. That's probably the best way forward.
Consider it done.
So yeah, well done, guys. Epic drive from you tonight.
Yes,
And
thanks very much.
Thank you.
so I think that brings us close to the fun 2.4s.
I think
we will-
Dimitri's also waiting still, Chris.
Oh, sorry, I do apologise, Dimitri. I didn't see you joined. So, Dimitri, sorry, you sound quite distant. Is that because you're still in the car with Bass?
No, I'm doing some stretches, so that's why. So. I hope I'm sounding better now.
Yeah, you sound fine. Obviously, I'm taking the mickey out of Bass for failing to join you in the correct order.
And right.
And obviously, you finished second. We saw you with a few incidents and not accidents, but I think you got a couple of penalties along the way. But how was the race for you?
Yeah, I think it was incredibly consistent. I'm very happy with the performance. It took a bit to get used to the Porsche again, because last race I did was in the Mercedes on Zolder, and it's a very different car. So it took a bit to get used to it. But once I got going, I think the lap times were very consistent and made hardly any mistakes. Was a bit hectic with all the GT3, GT4s, but no real incidents there. So yeah, I think consistency was the key today.
And will you be doing the full series yourself? Sorry, will you and your teammate be doing the full series yourselves?
Yeah, I'm hoping to have some backup next time indeed, because it was fun. But my I'm doing like I said, I was doing some stretches because my back needs a rest now.
Yeah, I'll pay for your doctor's bill then, because it's my fault.
I did have one because you mentioned some incidents, Chris. I didn't have really many incidents, but I did have one, and that was crazy. There was a GT3 car in front of me spinning onto the final chicane before you go to the not the chicane, the
hairpin.
The hairpin, exactly, that's the one. And he spun over there, and I avoided him, and then I got the commercial sign thingy it was just stuck on my window. I couldn't see a thing. So I was trying to get back to the pit, and I was hitting like the barriers right or left, and I just couldn't see where I was driving. And luckily, on the way to the pit, it fell off, so I could see again where I was going. So that cost me a couple, but that was the only real incident, I guess.
Well, that's good to hear that was your only incident. And we thank you for joining us. And we've got coming up Nelson Abranoza from Team Abbey Racing, who finished in 4th place. Welcome to the booth, Nelson.
Hi.
We spoke to Mike earlier on.
Yeah. I just wanted to come on because I messed up towards the end and I lost the 3rd position. But I've just looked at the standings and we're champion. So I think, for everyone that won, I think the champions need to be in the commentary room to celebrate. So yeah, I think I didn't need to finish higher than 4th. I knew we were going to become champions. So
that was always in your mind, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can smell. Even though it's this is virtual, I can smell something in the air, and I can't quite place what it is. Can somebody help me out?
You can't say anything. Look at the standings. The numbers speak for themselves. I was struggling in the end with tires, and I suppose you start getting a bit anxious and you start overdriving the car, just trying to stay in front. I did try to let those guys behind me who were battling for position so I wouldn't get tangled in their mess. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, congratulate you for your championship of 2 fun races. Well done. I don't really know what else I can say. What more can I say to that? Quite right.
Yeah. We scored the most points, most consistent team, champions. Done. Mic drop.
However, if Kieran and Adam had joined, it had been a completely different story, wouldn't it?
Well, you got to be in it to win it.
It's so true.
It's it could have been, it couldn't, but it wasn't. It was us. We're the champions. When do we get our trophy?
It's in the post.
Anyway, guys, thanks very much for setting this up for us. It was great fun anyway. So I'm sure we'll be in more SSRI championships anyway. Looking forward to the new ones coming up.
That's great to hear. Thank you very much for taking the time to come and tell us about your championship.
I'm just a little disappointed that you guys didn't pick it up, actually. So I think the commentators need to really brush up on their skills and on their.
Sorry, just bear with me, Nelson. You call this commentary?
Well, it's virtual, so yeah, I suppose.
Kieran did really well trying to be factual. As soon as Bass joined, it went up a complete, 50 levels.
Very good. The commentary is always very good and always entertaining anyway, so, and the racing's good. So, yeah, all good, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us.
You have a good day.
And you. Yep. So, I think that brings this event to a close. We thank everybody for joining us in YouTube. Thank you very much, Kieran, for joining me in the commentary box. Thanks to Steve for saying things in our ears that nobody else could hear and doing the broadcast. Bass, thanks for joining us at the end, and we congratulate all the winners, losers, everybody that took part. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next event.